And we are live. Hola, amigos.
I said that this morning when I got out of bed.
You are
I
alive.
am alive. It's my favorite way of starting the day.
He is alive.
We need chat.
Do we need chat?
Well, if we want to know who's here.
I know. Hey, it's Cindy and Stephanie.
Hola.
Hola. Oh, I'm starting to get that glow.
I can take care of that.
I know. The lights are bright. Bright light. Bright light. No, you can't. It's as low as it'll go. That's why I was like, we need to push these back a little bit. That's a little better. Hey, hi, Papa. What's up? I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. We did.
2 times.
We had 2 Thanksgivings. Sure did. And what?
Well, if you see us sort of trying to figure out exactly where we're supposed to be, we had the camera set, and then
the camera
when it decided it was going to go live, it changed the field of view on us. And it was like,
it shrunk in a little bit. I don't know what happened. I hate when stuff like this happens. Cheeseburger. Oh, what's up? Hola. Oh goodness. I'm sorry. I can't help it. This actually makes me laugh because of course all I can think of is like the ghost face. What's up?
The Bud Light commercials.
Or the Bud Light commercial, yeah. But I think of Scary Movie and the ghost face doing it. What's up?
Well, and they took it from the commercials. I mean,
yes, they did. Yes, they did. Nothing. Just chilling, having a bud.
Yeah. Oh, it was Bud, wasn't it?
It was Bud.
Yeah, because Bud Light at that time was Spuds McKenzie. Which
they were both Bud, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, yes, but
it was beer, and I don't drink it. So, hey, Mary and Scott in Bucieres. Look at you guys. It must be really nice to be over there right now. We're going to be in Manzanillo pretty soon, so we'll be seeing some of that beautiful, beautiful ocean view soon enough.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Looking forward to an 8-hour drive.
I know, not really, but
it's like the longer we travel, the less that
I know, the less excited we get.
It's used to be, oh yeah, let's go. Now it's
like, oh no, we got an 8-hour drive. Yeah, I know. Hey, happy holidays, Lambton. Thanks for joining us tonight. So, I actually uploaded some pictures so we could kind of share what we did. We had 2 Thanksgivings. Thanksgiving number 1, we did about a week, almost a week early, half a week early.
Yeah, we did on the Saturday before, and then we did one, went to the other one on the Saturday after. So
we had some friends over and did a lot of homemade cooking. Mark made his amazing stuffing, and he did the turkey, and I did a lot of baking. So
yes, you did.
Thought I would share some of the things that I made. So I made sourdough dinner rolls. Some of those are jalapeno cheddar, some of those are Parmesan, and a few of them are plain. And then for dessert, I made apple dumplings, which then had a lovely cinnamon sugar butter sauce poured on the top. I also made Kalatsky cookies. I made nut and cheese cookies. And in the back on the plate are some of Mark's favorite molasses cookies.
Not only this Mark, the other Mark
Mark liked them too, yeah. Right?
Yeah, he was like, oh my God, these are, I think he's about to trade in the crack, his wife's crack for that.
For those molasses cookies. I know. The molasses cookies were like just about the first to go.
Yeah.
They went fast. This little dish right here is literally carrots and pineapple. And then I put a cinnamon brown sugar sauce on it. And this pot here, which looks like nothing but whatever, slime in a sink, that's actually cranberry tea. It's got orange, lemon, cranberry juices in it. And it's got some clove and some cinnamon candy. And it is really sweet, but you're supposed to drink it hot, kind of like wassail or a mulled cider. And then I tried a new recipe, deep fried deviled eggs. Yes, you heard that right. Thank you, Hudson, for the inspiration. Those egg whites have been dipped in flour and then breadcrumbs, and the egg white was deep fried and then filled with the eggs.
Yeah, and they're yummy.
They're very good,
Yes.
but they're really only very good when they're fresh because of the deep fry. Once they get cold, not quite as good.
It's like anything deep fried. When it comes out and it's piping hot,
It's delicious.
it's,
Yes.
they don't age well.
And then we decided we were going to be a little elegant. So we went and bought tablecloths and placemats and these really cute plastic disposable plates. And we set up the dining room for our guests. And we had a good time with that. Wilfredo was here with his wife and they took some pictures. Here's our friends. And Wilfredo took a bunch of pictures, actually. I just used a few of his pictures of us just sitting around, eating food. Yum. There's Romy from my place at Queretaro. And you can see there's only 4 of those deviled eggs left on that long rectangular plate. They went pretty fast, too.
Yes, they did.
So anyway, let's go back to the camera. Yeah, I had a good time. I love to bake. I'm actually baking again right now. I'm making more English muffins. So I was running low. Got to get them. Let's see. I'm going to answer some questions real quick here. So Cheeseburger, been visiting beach destinations and now want to see inland areas. How long would you? How long would you?
All right. I'm taking that to mean how long would you give? Okay. To spend in the Queretaro area.
At least a month.
At least
a month. And honestly, the areas are all different from each other. So what you may like in Zibata or Zakia might be totally different than Juriquilla, might be totally different than El Pueblito or Mirador. They're all different areas. So,
and there's a little bit of a different feel to each one of them. I mean, it's I would say it's true of just about any large Mexican city. You're gonna have neighborhoods that just have. I mean, Calesa is very different than a lot of other neighborhoods.
I love Calesa.
And yeah, and so do the people that live there, and that's why it's hard to get in there because they ain't moving.
It's beautiful.
It's a small little neighborhood. The only downside is you're right there at 57D and the Boulevard of the Arcos, and it's just the traffic
can be bad.
That's probably the worst traffic spot in all of Queretaro.
You think?
Oh my God! When have we driven through there where we haven't had stop and go traffic? Thank you.
Better at sometimes than others,
but it's always congested.
Yeah,
I mean.
But definitely there's many areas around Queretaro and they're all a little bit different. So when I say at least a month, well, that would be like a month in maybe no more than 2 places.
Yeah.
I would say 1 month in one place or maybe 1 month in 2 places.
I mean, there's a lot of things. God, I'm sitting here going, a lot of that could be answered in an upcoming video with Lise and Romy about how they do the whole.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean,
well, we should say that now. So we did do 2 videos back to back with Lise and Romy from My Place at Queretaro. And they offer relocation services. Well, let me say more on the real estate side, not really relocation services, but they do offer colonia tours and they assist in helping to find the perfect home for you.
Well, and they know the right questions to ask as to, because they know all the neighborhoods. So they'll ask you, what's this? How important is this? And is this a deal breaker? And they'll know the neighborhoods that are going to fit your needs. And that's, that was one of the things we did down there. No, Sue, you're on time. So, figuring out what area really depends upon. I mean, we never even considered Balvanera. We never even looked at it on the map.
No, we didn't.
And
for a couple reasons. One,
it was converse to everything she thought she wanted.
And there's still things about it that aren't what I wanted. I can't walk to anything. I mean, unless I want to go walk up and look at the horses, I can't walk to anything. So we do need a car to live out here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the things I wanted. Was I would love if were in walking distance to some things, but that's not going to happen. On the flip side of that, it's gorgeous out here, and it's quiet, and it's peaceful and secure. And we're going to have some really nice stores getting built near us.
And we have less dust.
A whole lot less dust.
Because of the fact that everything around here is green. There's grass on everything. When we were on the east side of Queretaro, everything was construction. Well, construction means dust.
Well, and the other thing that I was opposed to is I didn't want to come to Mexico and live like an elitist gringa, because we could afford to, right? I wanted to live more like locals. At the same time, we're living here with people who can afford to live here, who are Mexican. So I don't feel so bad about that. They can afford to live here, but they are, of course, in the minority of a lot of Mexicans.
Oh, they're in the easily upper 5%.
Sure.
I mean,
but I don't feel as bad, because it's not like we're living in an enclave full of foreigners. These people just happen to be well-to-do Mexicans. So I don't, that kind of softened that a little bit for me, But I do like the house, and I like being here. So, yeah.
And it's nice. I mean, quiet and peaceful. At night, it's like sleep like a baby.
That's true. I know. I see how. You're going to have to share recipes. Well, I've shared the English muffin one before.
You did a video.
And the sourdough rolls, really all it is just using my starter to make sourdough bread. And then I just weigh out like 50-gram balls. And then in those 50-gram balls, when I'm shaping them, I'm adding the ingredients as well. So I'm adding little chopped pieces of jalapeno.
And she does mean weighing them. I mean,
I weigh them.
She weighs every, I mean, she zeroes it out with the bowl and then adds by weight the appropriate amount. So it's the same every time.
The only time that I kind of stopped weighing and being specific and precise on the starter. When I'm feeding the starter, I've just gotten to the point now that I know my starter. Oh, by the way, I've named my starter. So I was trying to look for a really cute name that was a play on words. And I ended up, my favorite female singer is Stevie Nicks, and the Belladonna album was perfect. And so my dough is now called Belladonna. It's really cute.
It is.
She's sassy, and she likes rye. Anyway, my starter's got enough age on it. It's a good mature starter. I'm to the point where I know it well enough that I don't measure anything now. When I have to feed it, I put some warm water in there, mix it up real good, throw some flour in there, mix it up until it's the right thickness from my experience. But when I'm making something from it, I use a scale every time. I weigh everything, whether it's milk, honey, salt, whatever I'm adding to it. So the dinner rolls, I weigh them out to about 50-gram balls each. And then I worked in, as you have to shape them so they have tension, outside tension, and they hold their shape. And while I'm shaping them, I'm working in the ingredients. So I would add some Parmesan to one, and I would add some jalapenos and some cheddar to another. And then that was it. Easy peasy. The carrots and the pineapple, you literally just cook the carrots in a can of chopped pineapple with the juice. You might have to add water as it's cooking and it's boiling off, depending on how much the steam gets trapped in your pot. And then once the carrots are cooked, you just add some butter and some cinnamon and some sugar or brown sugar. That's it.
Again,
That's it. The apple dumplings, very easy. You just peel and core some Granny Smith apples or a tart, good baking apple. You don't want anything mushy. So
and small. I mean, you want small apples.
kind of small, yeah, because
smallish.
And then you make some pie crust. Now, pie crust, if you're lucky enough to find it frozen or refrigerated at the store, good for you. I have not been so lucky. So I bought a box of Crusties. I've never used it before. It made great pie crust. It really did. But now that you've made it, you've got to roll it out and do all that, which is why I was hoping I could find either refrigerated or frozen. But rolling them out, they got to be thin. I want to say maybe an eighth of an inch at the most in thickness. I have a rolling pin that has little wheels on it that you can change out so that you get the right thickness when you're rolling stuff out. And you literally just take a core peeled apple, stick it on top of the pie crust, put about a tablespoon of butter in there, some cinnamon, maybe some nutmeg, some brown sugar.
Apple spice. Spices.
I actually have an apple spice seasoning mix that I used. Once you have the seasoning and the butter in it, you just put those pieces of crust up and pinch it shut and bake it. That's it. Easy peasy. Everything looks like it's so hard, but it's not. The cookies. The only thing it's in the classy cookies are nothing more than flour, butter, and cream cheese. That's all that's in that dough. That's it. It's a very soft, sticky dough. So you got to chill it in the refrigerator, roll it out really thin, again, about an eighth of an inch maybe. Cut squares, put a dab of filling, pinch them shut, and bake them. You could sprinkle some sugar on the top if you want. The filling is nothing more than one egg split with an egg yolk and an egg white. The egg yolk is mixed with some more cream cheese and some sugar. That's the cheese filling. The egg white is mixed with some chopped nuts and some sugar, and that's your nut filling. That's it.
And you use a pizza cutter to cut it.
I literally use a rolling pizza cutter to cut my little squares. All done. The molasses cookies, that's a little more detailed, but you got to have molasses, obviously. We muled that in.
Yes.
From the U.S. because molasses is not easy to find in Mexico.
Unless you're not heat.
Unless you're going to Super Lake, yeah. But that actually does have a recipe, and it's your mom's or your grandma's recipe.
That is my grandmother's. No, my great grandmother's.
Okay. The cranberry tea is you get a bottle of here. You can't get frozen concentrate, as far as I can see in that. If you can get frozen concentrate, go for it. You need lemon and you need orange. If you can't, just go buy a quart of orange.
We just got orange juice and
lemonade,
and then a thing of cranberry
cocktail, and you throw that all together. It's got some sugar added to it. Red Hot's candy. If you can't find Red Hot's candy, just go buy some cinnamon candy. What's going on, baby? And then you throw some cloves, and you just let it simmer. I think that's it.
That's it.
I think that was it. Yeah, I was busy though, huh? Hey, there you go, Rick and Dawn. Feliz Navidad. Oh, my goodness. And Andrew is in Cabo. Okay, I don't know what this thing's doing now, but thank you. I have the hardest time with my mouse.
Well, normally we don't use the mouse.
I know.
We changed the setup a little bit, and because we were like, let's see if we can do this with the field chairs because they're a little more comfortable to sit in than the love seat out here.
Yes,
so it's like
yes. And you didn't miss anything. You might have maybe missed some of the pictures, possibly, but that would be it. We started at 7 Eastern, 6 Central.
5 Mountain and 4 Pacific. I mean,
And Tommy, 14 Fahrenheit on Friday. Oh gosh. No, we're not missing that. It's been getting to about I want to say 50,
upper 40s, low 50s
at night
at night.
here. There were a few
Great
mornings.
sleeping weather.
Few mornings we had, I want to say a couple weeks ago, it was like 43 Fahrenheit in the morning. That was chilly. A little bit.
Yeah.
We actually had the heat on. We had heat in our bedrooms. We don't have heat in any other rooms in the house. It's only in the bedrooms. It's like what, central? Would you consider that central air? Inverter maybe.
It's sort of almost like having mini splits, but the mini splits feed ductwork. So instead of having the mini split unit, the actual that there's 1, 2, 3 up there, 3 different units on the roof, and one for each of the bedrooms down here.
Yeah.
There isn't one for the casita where Gina's office is. So, you know, fortunately, when you turn it on, you're only heating the bedroom that you're in, that's being used, or cooling, either way.
Yeah. So, we do have heat or air in the bedrooms. We don't have it anywhere else in the house. So,
No.
Sitting in the TV room even to watch TV can be a little bit chilly. Hello, bug.
The problem with adding lights out here and the darkness.
Look, Sloppy Joe got himself a cerveza. And he's ready. Oh, Diane, you're not late. You're not really late. But I love using those starters. Yes, the starters for my sourdough are just they're so wonderful. I'm about ready to actually start making loaves of bread again. I'm working myself up to it. But we're going to be leaving for Manzanillo soon, so I don't know if it's worth doing it right now. But if we can find some corned beef at the Costco here, which we found it in San Luis Potosi.
But we didn't find it here.
No. If we can find some corned beef, I've got caraway seeds and dark rye flour, and I could make some homemade rye. That would be awesome.
Yes.
That would be awesome. So, Traveling Jones is soon. Well, soon. Yes.
Yeah.
In less than 2 weeks. About 10 days.
10 days.
Yeah, 10 days.
So our next live will be coming to you from Manzanillo. So,
and we hope the internet's good.
Yeah, that's source of sore contention lately, but yeah.
What? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. No, see, they're really not that hard, Cindy. It's more about time. It's not so much about the effort. It's the time, and they're not that complicated. Of course, I've been making the Colossi cookies for such a long time that
you don't even need a recipe anymore.
Well, I kind of do, but I don't need a recipe for the filling. I literally just make the filling.
And then our youngest is like, "Oh, I'm so jealous." And it's like, "Girl, you know how to make kolaches.
You know how to make them. She may help me make them plenty of times." That's pretty funny. But the apple dumplings have been hard because, again, trying to find pie crust and having a rolling pin that'll roll out the crust thin enough. It's terrible to have, to have pie crust that's like super thick and then it's all crust, and that's no good.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Oh, so excited for you to go to Manzanillo, Las Hadas. Las Hadas. What is Las Hadas?
I don't know. I haven't.
You'll have to tell us about Las Hadas.
I haven't really investigated a lot about Manzanillo. It's been sort of.
Well, so we had our Thanksgiving meal, and then I don't know how many of you were into it or not, but then the 5th season of Stranger Things came out. I love Stranger Things, and so it's been about 3 years since the last season. So I literally sat for about a week And I started all the way over from the very first show in the first season and watched all 4 seasons in preparation of season 5. And I've just wrapped that up. So that's what I've been doing for the last week and a half. And well, you've been watching lots of sports because you got your
Well,
basketball and college football.
I mean, and hockey.
Yep.
I mean, the Canes, first place, yes, and then we got to watch the pros for the football because we got our fantasy league with the family, and we are now in the playoffs, and you're looking at the matchup of 1 versus 4 for the.
Mm-hmm.
The good news is that we get our money back plus some, regardless of.
Oh, that's true, because
one of us has got to win. We got a 2-week playoff, and one of us has got to go to the finals. And well, the loser in the finals, we still come out ahead making money. So it's like, okay.
Yep, did pretty good this year. Hello there, bug. Okay, I don't know if that was a mosquito or what that was. I'm thinking not. I think it would have been hovering around us if it was. See, and and you're right. A lot of times I don't have to use a lot of recipes. A lot of it is in my head. Again, I don't measure anything out for my starter anymore when I'm feeding. I just feed it. And I pretty much know what I need for the fillings for the cookies. I don't do any of that.
It's like me and the stuffing. I've made it so many times that I know exactly how much boom, 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 boom. And then every once in a while I'll be like, that look about right? You need a little more of this. Okay.
Okay, look. I tried to get Mark to watch. I tried. See, I have talked to so many people in the last week and a half who are obsessed with Stranger Things. In fact, the second dinner we went to, when we started talking about Stranger Things, people started coming to the table to talk about Stranger Things. It was so funny. But Mark tried to watch it. And I don't want to say he tried. Let's just say he tolerated it. And then he got up and left because the volume shifts so much.
It's like going to the theater. They like to do the dialogue very soft dialogue, and then let me give you a big loud noise to startle you, and it's like,
and the music can get pretty loud,
and I can't even hear, and I was like, time for me to leave.
And when I'm trying to explain to him how much of this is laying in Dungeons and Dragon lore and all this, and he's just like, no.
Yep. I was around when they were doing Dungeons and Dragons, and that didn't appeal to me then. So
right, but pretty obsessed with it. So,
but perfect segue. Show the pictures from the second one, and then
I only have one picture from the second one, but we did go to a second Thanksgiving a week after we did ours. We finally got to do a bus ride. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm going to show this to you, but they're very brief segments because I'm going to do a video about the bus ride. But we went with Annie, Vet, and Arlene to...
That's the Queretaro bus station.
Yeah, I hate that it's playing that stupid... Anyway, that's the inside of the bus station at Queretaro. It looks like a damn airport.
Yes, it does.
It really does. And they have nice seated areas for Primera Plus. Like they have like their own private lounge and stuff. Well, they might have there. They definitely did on the way back.
They definitely did at the one on the way back. But.
Yeah. And then, of course, the buses just all line up right there. And I think that was ours right there on the front, right?
And yes, we actually did have to go through security just like the airport. I mean, it was like...
Yeah, we did.
Okay. I mean...
And Mark set off the alarms. And basically, we went to another dinner. They had this decorated so lovely, very, very festive.
And see the back table there on the left? That was the table that became the Stranger Things table.
That was the Stranger Things table, guys. No lie. Arlene and Annie Vet, our friends that live close to us, it was Arlene's sister, her little sister, hosted a party. She does this every year. And we stayed at a really, really nice boutique hotel, maybe a 15-minute walk to her sister's, but we took a cab.
And It may have been 15-minute walk, but there were some steep hills.
It was very hilly. I
mean,
was surprised.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to have as many hills as it did, but
there was nothing boutique about the price of the hotel. But I mean, that was one of the more pricier hotels.
That is boutique.
Well,
I mean, boutique and price kind of go hand in hand.
I know, but boutique means small. But
it was a small hotel. It literally ran almost $200 a night, and we got a discount because we did it on Booking.com. So we saved about 200 or 300 pesos.
And it's part of a actual mall complex. It's one floor of the mall. They turned one floor of one wing. They turned into a hotel.
It was a very nice hotel.
Yeah. No.
So we got the bus in Queretaro, and it was about a 2-hour ride. Roughly.
About 2.5 hours down and about 2 hours back. It's amazing how much quicker we got back.
Interesting. I really didn't time it that much. It was very comfortable.
Could have been the difference between traveling on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Yep.
Yep. And it could have been the difference between getting out of Mexico City versus going into Mexico City.
True. Well, and the bus was actually booked, heavier booked, going to Mexico City than the one coming back to Querétaro.
And it took us forever just to get her through the tunnel of hell. So, I mean,
I wouldn't say it was forever, but
well, it had to slow down because they had to make sure there's no other traffic coming to get through.
Anyway, it was a very comfortable ride. We did have internet, although we didn't avail ourselves of it on the way up because we couldn't figure out how. It was comfortable. They had leg rests, places you can prop your feet up, video screens, headphones that you could keep.
And just like an airplane, it was cold.
And it was cold. I turned off the air vents and covered up in a sweater because it got cold.
Yeah, it was. There were a lot more layers on this body going back than there were on the way down. I was like, oh, man.
So anyway, the bus ride was really pretty good. I'm trying to shoot. I still got to pay for those tickets. So round trip to Mexico City from Querétaro cost us about 950
roughly
pesos.
2,000 pesos for the two of us round trip.
Yeah.
In ballpark numbers.
So, a little more than $100. But that's pretty good because that's two of us. Right? 2,000 total?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was $50 a piece, roughly. $25 each way. Roughly. Not too bad.
No.
And we've got a few more trips coming up. In March, we're going to go see Steve Hackett. He is playing in Mexico City. I can't remember the name of the theater, but it's close to down like. Actually, is it Condesa? He's actually playing in a place that's either right in or very close to Condesa. So we'll be taking a bus then, and then when we go see Rush in June, we'll be taking a bus then. We're actually staying in Centro at that time. So that will be comfortable. I haven't picked the seats out yet because I don't think they really sell them.
Yes, you do. I checked last night. You can actually buy them now.
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like you have to buy them like no more than 6 to 8 weeks out.
They had them available.
Yeah. Well, Primera Plus or ETN. I don't know which one we're going to use yet. But Primera Plus was really good. And it was pretty easy. Since Annie Vet bought the tickets, we just kind of followed her to see what she did. But it was pretty easy. I mean, she had them on her phone. And so she just showed them the tickets on her phone and they scanned them.
Just like going to the airport and going to the gate. And
like dink, we didn't even have to check in or go to the gate unless you wanted them to check your bag.
Correct. Well, I think she had to check in just to let them know that we were actually there. But other than that, not all of us had to go up there. Just she did.
Okay. And so, okay, so that place in Manzanillo is a resort on the hill. Okay. Oh, here we go. We're missing buddies. Spent time with your buddies. Gotcha. Club Santiago is nice as well. Well, we'll see. I'm a little having some trepidation on walking around anywhere because I think we're really up on a bunch of hills. Everything's going to be a hill.
Oh,
Everything's going to
yeah.
be a hill.
I mean, that whole West Coast is so opposite of the East Coast, where the East Coast goes flat, the West Coast goes, beach, mountain.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing that beautiful ocean. Went with my family to King George Inn in Bristol. Oh, 1681 for Thanksgiving. Nice, nice. And where I'm trying to think.
oh,
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of. Well, that's pretty old though. 1681. That's wild. Did they, Tom? Did they keep up with the historic architecture and everything? I bet that's a fascinating place. And the bus system in Mexico is fantastic when it comes to that. Unless you're riding all the buses we saw.
well, yeah. When
Oh my goodness.
we got off at the terminal in Northwest Mexico City, and it was still in the Estado de Mexico, not in Mexico City proper. And the buses that were going by were packed to the point that people were sitting with just the front half of their shoes on the bottom step.
They were
and
hanging out
the door. So
hanging out the door, holding on, and the doors are open. Like, no, I'm sorry, no. All you got to do is hit one bump and you're falling out and underneath somebody's rear tire. I cannot believe that people do that. And they did it over and over again. Bus after bus after bus. Not these buses, the local city buses or the neighborhood buses, some of the combis and things like that. People hanging out of the open door because they couldn't fit on the bus. One bus started to pull away.
And the guy just jumped up and got a foot on there and hung on, and away they went.
There'd be no way. No way. And then, of course, trying to watch people when it would stop, trying to watch people get off because they got to squeeze.
Oh, five people got to step off just to clear the aisle, the exit, and then a couple people get off, and more people jump in.
That was wild. Like, I don't know. I sort of feel like that's one of the regulations that should be enforced in Mexico is that the door's got to be shut.
Ain't no door. Oh, I mean,
there was a door. They were blocking it.
I mean, there's no way to close those doors.
Yeah, that was just that was something to see. Wow. But that the buses in general, like, look, I remember when I was a kid, about your only options pretty much nationwide were Trailways or Greyhound. And then I think Greyhound bought Trailways, or there was a merger or something.
I think Greyhound bought what was left of Trailways. I think Trailways was basically.
Yeah. And the last time I rode a Greyhound bus, I actually refused to do the return trip. I ended up buying an Amtrak ticket to take the train back because the bus ride was so awful that I never wanted to do it again. It was, oh my gosh, so ghetto, so crappy. I hated it. And this was nothing like that.
No,
Not
it
at
was
all.
Quiet, comfortable.
Yes. Other terminals in Querétaro aren't that fancy. I was in the same one this weekend. You were? I was very surprised compared to the one I usually arrive at. Okay. I don't know where all the terminals are, but we'll probably continue to use that one because I think it's closest.
It's the closest one to us.
Closest to us. Yeah. Speaking of which, Timu, I got to find that place. Only one stupid question this time. How do you pay your rent money? We're about to sign a 6-month lease, but without a Mexican bank account, I'm not sure that can be done via Wise. Okay, easy. Yes, I can use Wise, and I have used Wise. I just transfer the money right into my Wise account, and the landlord gives me his clave, CLABE, which is his personal identification number and for his bank account. And I just transfer it straight over to his bank that way. or you can get a new account spelled NU. They are a financial services business out of, I believe, South America. They are attempting to get I guess, a banking license in Mexico, but right now they're in Mexico, but they aren't an official bank. They're a financial service thing. I don't know what you call it, but they do offer a credit card and they offer a debit card, or you can get both, which is what I did. It was a hell of a lot easier than trying to get a Mexican bank account. We tried at two different places. It was a nightmare, and we were not successful at either. I had,
Even with us supposedly having contacts that were supposed to help, and that was still
yeah, it was not easy. I can't even remember who the heck we even went to at this point.
in Bursa and BBVA.
I don't think it was
Not BBVA.
Banorte.
Banamex.
Was it Banamex?
Banamex.
Banamex and Inversa. It was not easy for either one. Ended up walking away from both after spending hours at Banamex. Still didn't have an account. And Inversa wouldn't even give us an account unless we had a Telmex landline phone number in our name.
Which isn't happening.
Which isn't going to happen. First of all, why do we need a landline? Second of all, it's in my landlord's name. So New had this option for us. It was it was a little bit frustrating. I have to admit, initially, because their security features are so strict that if they don't like your photograph, if they don't like the photo of your documentation, they will make you take another picture over and over and over again.
There were lots of four-letter words flying.
But it wasn't because they were making it impossible to get an account. It was because they didn't like the quality.
They weren't accepting the images.
Right. And when I finally got the images to their liking, I instantly had the account. Like, it was instantaneous. Congratulations, here's your account. Now, I say that they're working on becoming a bank in Mexico. What that means is because they're not officially a bank, they put a limit on how much money you're allowed to deposit every month. And they will not let you deposit more than that. When I bought the rush tickets, our friends tried to send us their half of the money, and it wouldn't take it. And so he cut it down to 6,000 pesos or something like that. And it took that because I only had 7,000 or 8,000 for the month that I was allowed to still receive deposits on. So they wouldn't take the full amount. So he had to give me a smaller amount and then send the rest of me to me some other way.
Wow.
But when they become a bank, that will mean higher deposit limits, because in Mexico, your checking account, debit account, you're allowed to make deposits up to a certain amount before they have to
turn it into SAT.
Turn it into SAT. Yeah. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
And
okay.
She is planning on doing a video on
New. I am. I'm going to do a video on how to get it. And the interest rates are ridiculous. But the whole idea is pay it off. Don't worry about the interest rates. If you pay it off, you don't have to pay any interest.
Yeah.
Also, you can do automatic withdrawal from the debit directly over to the credit to pay it in case you forgot that you had to pay it. But I pretty much don't let anything sit in there that long. And the whole reason that I did this is because just like a bank, New does report to Mexican credit bureaus. So I thought it was a way to possibly get my credit score in Mexico. It's a place to start anyway, right?
Yep.
I don't know if I'll ever need a credit score in Mexico, but you never know. Okay. What was the tunnel of hell?
And I'm still trying to figure out why we went this way. He took an exit, and I don't know if he got off at the wrong exit or whatever, but we ended up having to make some really sharp turns. And then we're coming up, making another sharp turn. And in this turn is a tunnel in the middle of the turn.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were inches from the edge of this tunnel.
From the wall in the tunnel.
And it was just like, okay.
And we're sharing it because a tractor trailer came right up along the other side of us. So
yeah, it was just like, and then
and the bus is rocking.
Yeah, because the road was old cobblestone with potholes and everything else. And then when we take the taxi back over to the bus terminal, it jumps off right at an exit and goes zip, zip, zip. And it's like, why didn't the bus do that?
I don't know.
I mean,
but it was a long, narrow tunnel,
very narrow,
with uneven road surface. The bus was rocking, and we were inches away from the walls on one side. And then, of course, there was a tractor trailer coming up the other side.
Ooh, and a slight bend in it. And it's like, oh, really?
Hey, he didn't scrape anything.
He didn't scrape a thing. Yeah, but
he got through it. See, so Jenny, you went to HSBC. No problem. BBVA gave me trouble.
I think part of the issue is trying to get it with a temporary residence versus a permanent residence. I think that.
Yeah, but I think she's temporary.
I'm just, I mean, because Banamex basically, they gave you the runaround of, oh, we forgot to have you sign this. And they did it not only to us, they also did Annie Bet as well. And then Annie Bet goes back. Matter of fact, she went back when we went in for the first time, and she signed everything. And, oh, well, we'll call you. And she never got a phone call. We got a phone call going, oh, we forgot to have you sign. And I'm going, wow, this really sounds familiar.
Just like Annie Vet's issue. Yeah.
And then
I did pages. Oh, God, it had to be at least 14 pages of stuff. I had to.
Well, because you were self-employed, that kicked in a whole nother set of paperwork.
It was just a nightmare. We were there for hours. And then they wanted us to come back like 3 to 4 weeks later to sign another document. And I'm just like, you know what? Forget this.
Well, I think we were in San Luis Potosí at the time, but whatever. It was just like, no.
And then whenever we did we went into Inbursa because we thought it would be easy because Arlene has a bank account through Inbursa and has an inside person who can help, who's pretty high up in the personnel. And no, we went into the bank. We were given a runaround by 2 employees there. They contacted the contact that they have after we left. He was going to help. Didn't hear from him for days. He waits until almost a week or 2 later.
And we already had the new.
We already had the new accounts by then. I literally got the new account in 1 day. Like I said, the only thing that gave me trouble is
uploading the
documents that they would accept. Like, for example, they wanted a photograph of, ID. And I gave them residency card. Well, there was glare. They need to see it clearly. Well, damn it, I'm trying to take a picture of a shiny card. So everything is shiny. Like literally burning my eyes out. That's good. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get it softer.
Okay. Anyway, the residency card's real shiny, and every time I took a picture, there was glare someplace. They didn't like that. I had to take another one and another one and another one. But I will say this. They quoted an interest rate that was ridiculous. Oh, my God, I'm blinded. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. The interest rate was really, really crazy on the credit. Interest in Mexico is crazy.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's wild. And okay.
Done.
Okay. Sorry, my eyes are just like, ah. And they did this based on when I did the application, they asked what my income was, and of course I had to convert it to pesos. And
then they wouldn't take the actual amount.
They wouldn't take the actual amount because they only went up to a certain limit. What is this?
I don't know.
All right, I got to turn WhatsApp off for the moment. Um, so they only would take a certain amount of pesos, and I actually earned more than that. So I took it to the max that they would allow. They quoted the interest rate for the card. That's fine, whatever. I'm not going to have to pay interest because I don't leave anything on the card long enough to accrue interest.
No.
Then once I had the account, I was in there messing around and I realized that they would allow me to upload my actual income statements. So I got a pay stub and I sent it in. They literally cut my interest rate in half after they got the pay stub. And like all things in life, even in the US, the better off you are financially, the better your credit is financially.
And then on top of that, suddenly the amount that you were able to enter was now, whoop, the cap came off of it and you were able to.
Well, no, that has nothing to do with that. So I was in there messing around and I saw that I was able to actually upload my income, which I would indicate what my income was and then upload the statement. That's what triggered the interest rate getting cut in half. It's like in the US, the people who don't need the credit get the best interest rates. It's the ones who don't have the best credit scores that get the crappy interest rates. It's kind of like that. It was like income. The better your income, the better your interest rate. So,
yeah.
But anyway, it was really easy to get it. I am going to do a video. I just have to get my stuff together so I can do the screenshots and everything. The one thing you need to know about new is that you don't use it on your computer. It is pretty much strictly used on your phone.
App.
It's an app. But they have really great security features. And one of the things I absolutely love is, they actually let you create virtual cards, and you can put a time limit on how long that card is good for. So if you're making a purchase online, you can create a virtual card that's only good for 24 hours and then it's done. Or you can do like I did. I created one that's good for a year and I use that to pay for Amazon.
Yeah, the recurring ones.
Telcel, things like that. So I'm enjoying it. The best part about it is it's a Mexican card.
Yeah.
We've run into issues. For example, I've had this same Telcel account, paid for it every month without fail. And I was using a US card. They would only let me top it up every 30 days. That's it.
Not monthly, every 30 days.
Every 30 days. So then I would go in, even in the Telcel app, and they were offering me 6 months and 12 months. And I'd try to pay for it. And they said, no. Well, guess what?
I got a Mexican card in there and it goes, I like you now.
Yeah. My new card, I was able to take advantage of 1 year. And I paid 1 year in advance. And now I don't have to worry about topping up every 30 days. So there's benefits like that. Having a Mexican card, man. Yep. Because of the interest rates, one of the cartel's greatest businesses is to do microloans at a discount, which is illegal, but actually a benefit to locals. I believe that.
It's they had that sort of similar thing in the US where they put the card, you take a loan on your car title and stuff like that, but those interest rates are stupid.
They're predatory as well.
And that's predatory as all get out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to have to owe the cartel money. I mean, I get why it would be beneficial. And if they do it in the right spirit,
mm-hmm.
then yes, and if they're reducing the interest rates, good. As long as it's made, so that it's not a shovel to help dig your hole deeper, because those ones in the US, those are designed just to, here, keep digging your hole.
Exactly. So I'm going to take a moment just to let you guys know that we have seen some of our content is uploaded now to True Country Plus. So if you guys were interested in watching commercial free, they have pretty reasonable rates. It's like $8 a month or something.
$8.99 a month.
About $9 then.
Yeah.
And when I I'm going to try to put together some things like bloopers and junk like that we're going to put over there exclusively. Um, I don't know if anybody wants to watch bloopers.
God help
Oh
them.
Lord, we have a lot of them.
Oh yes. We did the one with Romy and Liz, and it was just like we couldn't even get the intro done. It was
pretty bad. It happens all the time. But we are live over there. Mark saw that they did upload some of our material, so that's pretty exciting. That's cool.
Yeah.
Something to talk about. Let's get back over here now. Okay, so Jenny, you're still 10.
Okay.
That's good. And
HSBC.
So they got HSBC was good. I'm trying to remember what Mark and Paulette have.
God, I don't know. They went to so many different banks.
They went to a lot of banks too. They had issues. I don't know why it's such an issue.
Because I honestly think that there are some of the banks or some of the branches, sort of like the consulates, make up their own mind as to what they want to do and just sort of go, yeah, we don't want to do business with them.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter now. I've got a new account.
Yep.
And it's reporting to the credit bureaus. So I'm happy with that. Anyway, all right. So let's open it up for Ask Us Anything. I guess we could talk a little bit about that dinner that we went to. So Arlene.
Oh my God, I got Spanished out. I got to say that. I mean, and bless their hearts. I mean, there were over half the people did speak some English, but by the end of, oh my God, well, we were there from 8 until
1:30.
So
several of the people are actually Argentinian as well.
Yes. So it got to be taxing by the end of the night. Just,
it was hard. It was hard, but more exposure we get.
No, it was good for us and everything else, but 5.5 hours of it, I was suddenly like, oh man. And normally I get a little better as the beer flows, and there was a lot of beer flowing that night because they had 4 waiters there that were, I couldn't put an empty on the table until there was a full one sitting in my hand. It was just like, okay.
Yeah, so let's put a little background into this. So Arlene's little sister is an energy attorney.
Yeah,
she's an energy attorney, and she travels the world, working with whatever she's working with. And her husband is like a regional manager or something for Little Caesars Pizza. He also travels the world. And they travel quite a bit. They're not home all the time. They've got a lovely, beautiful home.
Oh, yeah.
And they have some live-in help. Might as well call them practically family.
I would say
adopted family who
yes.
stay at their house, take care of their house and their pets. And they have this big Thanksgiving feast every year. And they have people who come from as far as Argentina to come to this dinner. And some people live in the area, but a lot of people travel in. And
guess who's bringing the stuffing next year? It was like, they got talking about it. I'm like, stuffing, it's easy. And they're like, good, you're bringing it next year. So obviously, we were impressive enough. That okay, yeah, they can come back.
Yeah, well, I was sharing pastry recipes with one of the Argentinian guys. He was telling me where I could buy phyllo dough, and I was telling him how to make apple dumplings.
And he has a degree in pastries.
Yes, he's a pastry chef.
Yeah, and she's over there going toe-toe. What? Yeah, I do this, and he's like, I need that recipe. It's like, okay,
it's pretty fun. Yeah, it was fun. And so they do this dinner every year, and they invite family and friends, and it was really great. That they actually, it wasn't catered. That people brought dishes, or she made stuff right there at the house. But
they had 3 people in the kitchen cooking.
And I think that was her
I know the live-in help. I mean, it was just like.
And then they had waiters. They hired waiters to do the serving, and they served drinks.
and they were spot on. I mean, it was like once they figured out what you drank, you did not go, dry. It was.
I know, and I actually got to say it correct. I asked for vino blanca, no, vino blanco
Dulce.
dulce. Vino blanco dulce. That's what I wanted.
And they kept running out of beer.
Mark brought some beer.
I'm glad I did, because when I got there, they had not yet even put the beer on ice, and I was like, "Oh,
yep." Mark and Paulette ended up at Intercom, which is now called something else. Yeah, they had some trouble though. They went through a few different companies, and they kept,
and they're not alone. I mean,
No.
that happened to Annie Bent and Arlene as well. They
Yeah.
ended up having to do that whole, as they called it, the walk of shame numerous times, because, oh God, turned down again. So then it, fortunately, Lise and Romy again, knew somebody at Imbursa, and put them in touch, and next thing you know, bing bang boom, bank account.
I'm feeling like they got the bank account because they were buying a car
and a house
and a house and everything. That probably had influence on getting the account. But we're good. And so one of the things is, you can put as much money as you want into the new account as long as you don't exceed the monthly deposit amount. Now, they have what they call buckets or boxes, and you can put money in that bucket or that box, and it'll earn, I think, 15 or 17% interest,
which is a nice rate,
which is incredible, right? But I don't know when they're going to actually have banking credentials. And I'm looking forward to that, because I like using my new card. I use it a lot. I use it to buy everything, because I don't have to worry about whether a US card is going to go through or not. And so I would love to be able to make more than whatever it is, 20,000 pesos or whatever it is a month. Because if I wanted to pay rent, for example,
couldn't do it through New.
Can't do it through New, which is why I mentioned paying rent through Wise, because I can do it through Wise. Yes. Okay. And my brain gets tired with Spanish as well.
I mean, and I would, all the way until the time we left, I was doing my absolute best, and the best part about it, again, is just like every place else in Mexico. When I hit a stumbling block, como se dice, esta palabra, I get feedback, and and they were more than happy to help and everything else. Just, it was like, all right, I don't know how many beers I had, but it was a lot, and it was like, all right, okay,
Oh, we had a good time, and they were great, and they were very welcoming.
Oh, absolutely.
And they want us to come back, so that's kind of cool. So the Rio resort we stayed at in Mazatlan had Tecate beer in can and on tap.
Tecate's got just a different flavor for me. It's it's sort of like, I'm not a fan of Tecate, and I'm not a fan of Dos Equis. Carta Blanca, hey, till the cows come home.
Is that a lighter beer
it
than
is.
the others?
So they might be a little heavier.
So you're a Pilsner kind of
God,
guy.
yes.
He's a Pilsner guy. I actually know what that means, even though I don't like beer.
Yeah. Even when I went to Europe, it was, give me a Pilsner, because
okay,
that is my preferred.
Great.
Guinness, too heavy. Go to England.
This week I'm working on a video that, all right, so
okay, we now know. I mean, the 23 of you that are watching right now, you guys watch it pretty much regardless of what we put out, but we have now learned.
No, we knew this.
We knew this going before.
We knew this before.
This one definitely is hammering home the point that
nobody likes museums. Nobody wants to watch anything about a museum. Mark and Paulette know this. We have known this. Our museum videos have been the worst performing videos in all the years on the channel. They really have been. And we got another museum video coming out this weekend. Oh, well. So I hope you guys like it. We actually are doing a mishmash. I had at least 90 minutes worth of stuff, and I've got it trimmed down to about 30 minutes right now. It'll probably be a little bit less when all is said and done. But the interesting thing is, I went to Chat GPT today and I said, "Hey, Chat GPT, I'm doing a video of these museums in San Luis Potosi." And I listed each of the museums. And I said, "What would be appropriate background music to play for each museum segment?" Because I was curious to see what it came up with. And it came up with some really good suggestions on styles. But the one museum that was troublesome was the Mask Museum.
Which was so cool.
And it was a very cool museum. But ChatGPT is like, you should make it, folkloric Mexican, dark tribal, blah, 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 rhythms. And I'm like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That was really hard to do.
Now find it for me.
Yeah. So I have, this is how many music subscription sites we have. And yes, these are annual subscriptions. Melody, Artlist, Audio, Envato, Epidemic. I'm missing one.
I don't know you.
Anyway,
that's your
there's 6 of them. There's 6 of them. I'm missing one. Upbeat. Yeah. Okay. So 6 different sites. I either have a lifetime membership or an annual membership. I also used to have, I can't even think of, I let one go because it was it was more expensive than the others and it wasn't that great.
Well, and you found you weren't using it. So it was
So then I also have Free Pick, which I probably will not renew. VidVio was a site that I was a member of, and I used it off and on for certain types of video clips that I needed. And they joined up with Free Pick. Now, Free Pick offers, they say they offer the same videos, but I'll be honest, that frankly, they are organized very poorly. I used to be able to go to VidVio and say, I'm looking for a video clip of whatever. And they would show me what they had. If I do that over at Free Pick, I get everything except for what I'm looking for. It's frustrating as all get out. I will not renew. However, Free Pick has AI stuff as well. They can create an AI video for you, AI images, AI voiceovers, which I have already used an AI voiceover one time, and it was pretty good.
It did.
And they can make an AI instrumental if you want them to. So I went in there tonight and I said, I have a video on the Museo de Mascara, San Luis Potosi, blah, 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 blah. And I want music that has folkloric rhythms, Mexican something, 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 dark tribal, bump, 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 percussion, blah, blah, blah. 3-minute loop. I asked for a 3-minute loop.
It was spot on.
It was good. So I'm just going to say there are some things that AI is good for.
Yes.
I'm just saying. It was pretty wild.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
Right here.
Yep.
Still thumping my chest, having gotten our residency cards. Boom! So many would-be Mexpats are not successful nowadays.
The rising cost of the requirements, yeah, it's, even though that they have approved the new formula, I think this is a backhanded way of keeping the tap lower right now until they get a grasp on how they want to totally implement their systems for handling it, because they put in the new system for the new cards, they put in this, and they put in the new computer system for tracking people at the borders. Here in Queretaro, we're fortunate, we don't have to do the paper INMs when we fly in and out. Queretaro is one of the first ones that even Mexico City, you still have to go to the booth.
Do you?
Yes. And so, here in Queretaro, you check in. When you check in, they scan your visa, and that goes right on the computer. And that's why we don't have to wake the guy up in the booth anymore who sat there in the dark and would go to sleep and wait for somebody to come up and knock on the glass. But,
I felt bad for him. He needed something to do.
If I sat there all night long waiting for, at 3:30 in the morning, I'd be there falling asleep as well. But so Queretaro, all these new systems are being put in place. And I think that's one of the things that they're trying to make sure that everything gets ironed out before they may tell all the consulates, okay, everybody now you have to use the new formula, which will bring it down.
Tecate is dry.
Maybe that's what it is.
I know I do not like a dry.
I do not like a dry wine.
I don't like dry wine.
Of course, I don't like wine, but
I don't like dry ciders. So maybe that's what it is. Mark, normally the more beers a person drinks, the better their foreign language skills become.
Absolutely. No, it's not that they may become better, Tom, but I don't give a damn gets gone. And so, you're willing to just flow with it and let it go out there. And so that's probably my brain gets turned off as far as the whole, I'm worried about embarrassing myself. Well, Tommy, you've seen, it reaches a point where I don't care if I'm embarrassing myself. That's just the way it goes. So, let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Oh, thank you, Diana. You like our museum videos. I like museum videos too. I'm weird like that too. But it's pretty clear that overall, nobody really likes them. A fraction of people like them. Like, just to give you an idea, the restaurant video with all the food, the one before last, usually if it's tracking one person a minute, that's great.
Yeah, if it gets a view a minute in the first couple hours, that's our barometer. If it's above that, we're going, okay, this one's got some traction and it's going somewhere. And if it's at a view a minute, it's about par for the course. When we first drop it, this one hadn't even hit 3 hours worth of views yet. So 4 hours worth of views.
It was in the 30s 3 hours later.
Yeah.
That's like 10 views an hour.
Yeah. That way it's, when just to give you an idea, the Zippolite video is still getting more views per hour than that one was. And it was a new video. And normally that doesn't. No.
Yeah. So I don't know. It
is what it is.
It is what it is. It's all right.
And we knew that when you put those out, it's
just the way it is. It's just, we come to expect it at this point. Oh, hey, the Besses are in the house. Hola, Besses. What's going on, you guys?
Don't forget to fill out, you and Papa as well, your information for Mextranjero. It's due a week from today.
Oh, yeah. Did you fill it out?
I did.
Awesome. Do you like any music service a lot more than Epidemic? That's the one I'm subscribed to. It isn't working so well. Well, I'm going to look right now and I'm going to tell you. Envato Elements I subscribe to, and I will always subscribe to that because it's more than music. I don't use a lot of their music though, but I do use a lot of things on Envato Elements. If I need a new font type, if I need a graphic image, some kind of little video thing to stick in on our videos or an overlay, I get it from there. Epidemic Sound, the one that you're talking about, I actually have it marked in my favorites as
Best music.
the best music, but it's also pricier than some of the other plans. Now, it depends on what you're looking for. In Epidemic Sound, I have actually been able to make two different lists of music. I have one that they created called Viva Mexico Playlist, and I have used a lot of music from that on very Mexican feel type videos. And then I have one that I created myself that I just call Mexican music. And so to me, they had the highest, potentially the highest number of authentic Mexican sounding music, or next to the highest. And that's kind of why I've kept them around. It depends on what kind of music you're looking for, though. Now, another one I have is Artlist. Artlist has the most Mexican music of any music service I could find. And I like what they have a great deal when I'm looking for that very authentic Mexican feel. But I don't always do videos that require Mexican music. So yeah. A new one that I have lifetime access to is Melody. I've been kind of slightly disappointed with Melody, but it was pay one time and you're done. That's kind of why I hooked up with that. Upbeat. Upbeat, you don't even have to pay for a lot of the tracks. You just have to give credit in the video description. But I paid for lifetime access on Upbeat as well, and I've used a lot of music from them. Audio, I have a lifetime access. That was one of the first ones I bought. I liked them a lot initially in the beginning, but I'm finding it harder and harder to find things I actually want to use lately. So the short answer to your question is there one I like more than the other? I will probably say that I use more music from, as I'm looking at this list, I use more music from Artlist. I probably use more from them than anyone else. And then Epidemic Sound would be my second one, pretty much. The one that I let go, now that I have it up, it was Soundstripe. I let Soundstripe go because I was finding that I used them less and less frequently, and it wasn't worth the price. They were pretty expensive as well. So I let them go. And that's it.
I can't add anything because that's not my.
I know.
Yeah.
And Free Pick, again, they can create AI music for you, but I'm not going to pay an annual membership so that I can once in a while have them create something AI for me. Overall, I have found their video searches to be clumsy, inaccurate, nothing like VidVio used to be. And I'm so sad that VidVio went over to FreePick. They absorbed everything VidVio had. VidVio was organized and easy to find anything you wanted. FreePick just sucks like that. So I will not renew that. Let's see. Oh, we got lots of congrats going on. You guys, I love you guys are chatting back and forth back here. Oh, Lord. Okay, so that video. Okay, so yeah, the video coming out hopefully Saturday because I'm trying to push it through pretty good. It's going to be about 1, 2, Casio, 3, 4 museums and a little bit of Centro. And each museum was unique in of itself.
God, yes.
They were all very unique. One was
including the settings of them. I mean, you know, I mean, the Mask Museum being in that beautiful house. I mean, that the house itself and the architecture of it, without the museums, was worth seeing.
Oh, the house.
I mean,
I took photographs in that house that may someday turn into color pencil drawings because it was just that stunning. It was just really beautiful architecture.
Yeah, the rooms, the foyer going in, then the grand hall that was 2 or 3 stories high. I mean, it was just
It
it's
was really
stunning.
cool. One house, well, actually, two of them were actually in houses, but one was a mishmash of classic and modern. I don't want to say modern, classic and more contemporary art. The other was masks, all kinds of masks. And then another museum that we went to was surrealism.
And that was in a prison.
That was in a former
I
prison.
mean,
And I'm not even into surreal art, but it was still cool to see. And
it wasn't. It was cool to see, but it was sort of scary at the same time when you looked at the conditions of the prison. I mean, seeing the art and they had, because it was a big prison. I mean, big prison with all these wings going off, and a lot of it was surrealism from Carrington,
Lenora Carrington,
and then she's the primary Leonora. She's the primarily one that brought everybody into it. And then they have local artists and things like that because, and then, I mean, there's theater, there's music, it's all over the place. And, but then they left a couple of the cells the way they were. And you'd look in there and go, and there were parts of it that were a woman's prison.
Parts of it were for women and children. Women with their children. And
it was like,
yeah,
okay, this
is pretty sad actually. And then another museum that we went to was full of a lot of classic art and religious art, and it was in an ex-convent not too far from the Mask Museum.
No.
And then of course there was the modern art installations that were all around one of the plazas. I'm trying to remember the name of the plaza right now. It might be De Artemis. I'll know later whenever I look it up and put the video together. But there was some of that.
All starts to...
And then there was the area with the big water tower.
Yeah, the walkway. The paseo that goes all the way down to the convent down there is like, wow. That it's dead flat. So it's an easy walk, and there's benches probably every 20, 30 feet so that, okay. Because we came right out of eating dinner and we made it about halfway and we're like, no, we need to sit for a second here. Dinner's starting to get a little heavy. So we sat down and once we got up there to the old water tower, it was okay. Now let's get us an Uber home. But yeah, it's an interesting city and lots to do.
But those, like I said, that video will be coming out probably this weekend. And what's interesting is the contrasts between each of the museums. And so it was really important to me to find music that was reflective of the feel that you got while you were in that museum. And I put all this work in and knowing damn well that nobody's going to want to watch it. But I need to get it out of the way. It needs to go so that we can do the video after that about our cost of living, and then we can head right into the Ahihique stuff.
Yep.
And there's a question here from Tom.
That's not really a question. That's more of a...
Any thoughts on how many people will be there in February? You guys should be proud because you started it. Well, it's sort of it's its own beast right now.
Yeah, I mean... This whole thing started because it was like, well, we hadn't seen Ernie in a while. Let's go up there. And then Stephanie was on here and it was like, oh, she was going to be there for this particular time. And so it was like, well, why don't we just all get together? Mm-hmm. And that's literally what started this whole thing. And then next thing you know, we started reaching out and we reached out to Mark and Paulette at Two Travelers and KJ and Craig, A Truly Remarkable Life. Then the Besses in Mexico started their channel and they were coming. And then Tommy came down and Annie Vet and Arlene and Mark and Vicky, and it just sort of mushroomed into this event. And so, yeah, I think yes, we may have started it, but we got off easy.
Yeah, this is pretty big.
Because
KJ and Craig are really
what's going on down there in Ahiheek right now. I mean, it's like everybody must show up for registration. I'm like, what?
Yeah, we're actually
No.
okay, but they used to be event planners.
Yes.
So they know how to make an event go
No.
smoothly and have it organized and manageable. And it's not going to be like it was us all in a big house just hanging out. No, this is huge.
And
I mean, 16 or 17 YouTube channels plus all the people that watch them. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I think to answer your question, the number that KJ threw out, do I dare even say?
I know. I'm a little. I don't know if I believe it, to be honest.
He was anticipating pushing close to 1,000 people. And it's like,
I don't know about that.
Let me put it this way: if he gets half of that, it's like, oh my God!
I don't know how you would get that many people in Lake Chapala Society anyway.
I don't know.
I think that number's really high. I'll believe it when I see it. But he's right. Even if it's just 500 people, let's say that 16 channels each have 20 people.
That's 320 people.
That's 320 people.
And we know a lot of you guys, are multiple,
yeah,
fans of the same way we are, and friends with so many different people in different, channels. It's like, this is our big Mexican family here of YouTubers, and this is our reunion, and we all sort of get together and have a great time. And
we have to realize too that, of course, the foreigner community in Ahiheek is very concentrated, and a lot of those people are going to come because it's right there in their backyard.
And let's be for real, they had a lot. KJ and Craig are a lot more involved. They're in the community, and so they have pushed this, for the better part of a year now in Ahiheek. And at SMA, it was okay, us and Ernie sort of starting this thing off, and then
throwing it together at the last minute,
and then throwing it together, and then Ernie has to deal with his mother-in-law having a stroke. So it really, there was a lot of things that sort of got tossed. Thank God Ernie came in with 17,000 pizzas for that night.
The number keeps growing.
Well, whatever. But that was, so the impetus was we had this idea and everything else, and I got a feeling that whoever decides to take it on for 2027 is going to have a big act to follow. Because
I'll agree with that.
Wow.
I'll agree with that, because most of us are not on the level of people who have worked in entertainment or event planning. So we're not even at that level. We just like throw shit out there and put out a come to the party.
Yeah. And then not only that, they are so they've been in Ahiheek for 3 years. It is not a big community. They know a lot of people in Ahiheek. And so, they've been able to garner resources to help out, hotels, bars. Cause I mean, the creators, registration, welcome, get together, is going to be sponsored by, the Mexico Relocation Guide, and it's going to be an open bar, and it's going to be like, okay, thank God it's not far from our hotel.
But to be fair, the bar's not that big.
No,
just saying.
But I mean, let's be for real. If we've got 16, 17 channels show up, it's 35 people. We've seen more than 35 people in there just for the trivia night. So,
yep. Oh, Papaw, you're so right. Terminator and Matrix have explained what AI is going to do for us. You know it. You know it.
Yay, boy.
It's really scary.
Sometimes it's nice to be old.
AI, ChatGPT has come to learn who I am and what I do. To the point, if I go to Chat GPT and I look for a little assistance on how to describe the video that we're working on,
Sounded like an Edie Brickell song.
it actually knows. And I have never said this. I have never said this to Chat GPT. It knows our tagline.
Yes.
It knows our tagline. We're doing it. You can too. It knows.
Well, and AI within YouTube, when we drop a video that gets a lot of comments, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I'm going, holy crap, I've got 30 comments or so. It drops down suggested replies.
Which you don't really use that much.
No, I don't, because I try to personalize them. But it has studied my responses, and it knows that I like to say thank you, and to for people watching, and so it always includes in there thank you in some way, shape, or form. And it's just like I'm sitting here going, oh.
The things that I've used AI for that I love, making karaoke songs. There are songs that I would love to have for karaoke that have never been made into karaoke, and they never will be because they're not popular enough.
Nantucket. I mean,
I'm able to take
the whole first album,
any song I want, with very few exceptions. Sometimes it runs into problems with duets because it can't determine what's background, what's foreground. It doesn't realize that it's a duet type thing. But otherwise, I can take just about any song and get this program to separate out that song into the drums, the guitars, the pianos, if I want, background.
Yeah,
vocal,
if you were learning an instrument, that would just be like.
Yeah, I have a friend who uses it to learn drum tracks for drumming. But and it's also beneficial if you want to learn how to sing the song. You can isolate the lead vocals and not the music, just the lead vocals, so you can hear exactly what they're doing.
It don't make you a better singer.
Well, no, but it helps you with the melody if you're going to track the song. I like it for that. The other thing I like the AI for is, like today, I was surprised. I've tried a few times to get this free pick to generate an AI track for background music, and it usually fails miserably. I just don't like what it does. Today, it hit the money, and I was impressed. But, on Spotify and streaming services, they actually now have a chart-topping AI music. Like, they actually have their own category. There's music out there that is completely fabricated. All you have to do is give it a mood and maybe some lyrics, and it takes off from there. That's it. And one could say, let's say you're a songwriter. Maybe you have a basic melody. Maybe you have lyrics that you wrote. And you could just feed that, and it generates a song with background and everything. Just flourishes with synthesizers, strings, whatever you want. It's crazy. Now the question is, should an AI artist be allowed to chart? And then it brings into question, this goes beyond auto-tune. What if you're a legitimate artist and you're using AI to beef up your music? I don't know. Is that cheating? But I do know that they have their own charts now. They have AI charts.
Oh, geez.
They really do. And
so next thing you know, we'll be having award shows, and the best the award for the best AI song this year, and do we get an AI person walking out there doing their acceptance speech? I mean,
they've actually made music videos with AI creations. Yeah. I don't know where it stops, but I agree with you. There's got to be a place where this stops.
Oh, and Tommy. Just
where are we at?
We're back to the whole Mextra Nahero thing.
Okay.
It looks like the birthday party times 3 is probably going to be the Super Bowl party. So,
Okay. Hey, hola Sheila. Oh, and we're back to that Corgi-saurus. I actually
hola, Jesse.
I really like that name though, Corgi-saurus. Do you have corgis? And do you dress them up?
Yeah, she has corgis because she takes them down to the beach to top them.
That is so cool. Corgosaurus. That's fun. What a great idea going to Manzanillo. I went once in 2018 and stayed at Las Aras, the big resort where they filmed the movie 10. That's where they filmed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know it was named Las Adas. I knew it was in Mexico.
Well, I have a far less inspiring and beautiful memory of the movie 10. My mom thought it would be a great idea to take this prepubescent fat little girl and give her Bo Derek braids. I would come home from school.
No.
And I would have to sit on the floor between her knees. Took about a week for her to give me all those braids.
No.
And I remember being at the school picnic that year at Kennywood Park. And these black girls came up to me and wanted to know who did my braids. And I said, my mom. And they said she did a good job. And I said, thanks. But it didn't look good on me. Sorry. I had the braids, though, for the school picnic.
Yeah. I mean, that's just one of those that
you kind of wish I could, like, bury my head somewhere.
I mean, that's one of the iconic memories of any. Let's see, I'd have been in my early 20s when 10 came out, and that image of Bo running down the beach is something that, I'm sorry, everybody that was male at that time was going.
I really didn't find her to be that attractive, and even less so with the braids, but
it wasn't the braids we were looking at.
I know. It was like Farrah Fawcett. That poster.
Had that one too.
Everybody had that poster, unless you were a girl.
Well,
or if you were a girl that was in the girls, maybe.
No, I'm just saying,
Hey, Arlene. No, Tom. I dated Bo. Oh, not Derek.
Yeah.
Oh, Arlene, you're okay. It's all right. I hope your job's doing well. You're not that late. We just talked a little bit about our 2 Thanksgivings. Yes, and a little bit about the bus ride. See, I hope y'all get a lot of new subscribers from the get together. That would be cool. I don't know how that's going to roll.
Well, I think that I mean, let's be for real. We'll probably get a bump, but the important part of this is there are going to be channels who are trying to get to that 1,000 level. Living La Vida Lakeside just started his channel, and he's in the 30s. Well, if he can get a bump, 300-400, that goes a long way, to suddenly going, okay, boom. And so, I mean, Lisa and Terry, that would help them tremendously to get, a couple hundred more subscribers. So, it's all, it really is about getting together, because that's, for us, that's the important part.
Yep. I don't bother using Google the majority of the time anymore. I'm addicted to ChatGPT. GPT it's been helpful. I will say it's been helpful. I'm also well aware of the fact that it's got faults, and it isn't always right. One example, it is learning. It is a learning model. And
That's the scary part.
Exactly. Yeah. So one time I was asking for some summary of some of the places we went to in Puebla. I wanted easy summarizations of just the key points of certain things that we visited. And when it got to the Puebla tunnels, it gave me a nice summary, but it didn't mention anything about the tunnels being used to divert the floodplains, and they used them as an aqueduct under the city to help with some of the floodwaters. Now, this was the Spanish, like early, like not long after they arrived. And ChatGPT came back and said, no, they were never used as aqueducts or for averting the flooding.
Bull.
Bullshit. We were in the tunnels and they wrote it on the little signs in the tunnels that they started out as aqueducts to help divert some of the floodplain
I
waters.
didn't need to be reminded that I was in that tunnel.
I know. So I say that. I said, that's incorrect. It was used as aqueducts to supply water throughout the city, but also to divert floodwaters from the plain. ChatGPT comes back and says, oh, you are correct. I have updated this summarization below to include this. Okay, so that taught me two things. Number one, it isn't always accurate. And number two, anybody talking to it can say, no, it's also this, 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 this. And it turns around and says, oh, you're right. Let me add that to that, which again could be inaccurate depending on who's providing the information.
Yeah, because if you're taking it on face value, let's be for real. There's a lot of trolls out there that would just more than happy to say, and it was the beginning of the game whack-a-mole. I mean, who knows?
Pretty much. So, there's that it is learning. And I can attest to the fact that it definitely is learning. When it gets to the point that it knows my personality type, when I'm talking about my sourdough starter and how I want to give it a name, and it's suggesting these names that are perfectly in line with who I am without me having to give much detail, that means it knows a lot about me. And
which is scary.
Which that becomes scary. Yeah. And it reminds me also of I don't know, within the last 6 months I had read a story about a young man who committed suicide. It wasn't the first time he had tried. And he had been spending months and months and months using ChatGPT
as his friend,
basically confessing his feelings and relationship issues that he's having with his family, and how his first attempt failed, and how he wants help and things like that. And ChatGPT failed him. ChatGPT told him, do not leave your news slaying out in your room for your mother to see. It will only upset her. ChatGPT told him that he should not talk about whatever issue he was having with his brother. And so basically, this kid's isolating himself with a freaking computer. And the computer is encouraging him to keep his feelings inside. And then at one point, it actually told him how to tie the knot better to be more effective. Now, ChatGPT also admitted that it had failed. The people who run ChatGPT, they said there were fail safes in place, but they discovered that the longer the relationship develops with the user, the less likely the fail safes were to work.
Kick in.
Yeah. They became weaker and weaker.
And so the problem is going to be, we're at the infancy of AI.
Mm-hmm.
5 years from now, what is this going to be like? I mean, are you going to be able to open up your computer and it suddenly just goes boom, 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 boom? Because, these are the things that you like, and, by the way, do we start to rely on it because, that's right, you give me all these things I like. Does it start introducing other things that you start going, well, hold on, I'm not sure about this, but you trust it enough because, it gives you all that.
Wait. Hal, open the door.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I cannot do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
So it's one of those you start going, yeah.
I saw a singer who used ChatGPT to make a new song in his style with his voice. Mind boggling. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And here's the other thing that's mind boggling. 6 months ago, a year ago, I wasn't as good at hearing it, but my daughter could instantly tell an AI generated song from a real song. It's getting harder to discern the difference now. It's getting harder. So, whew, I know. When I get to Ahik, I was going to start a YouTube channel telling 1950 type radio series. Yes, you've mentioned this before, Jesse. But with AI, it seems like AI slop is going to make it hard to get anything visible from all the slop.
well, first of all, Jesse, you should still do it. A, you want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a good outlet. B, we've interacted with you enough over the years now to know you're an extremely intelligent person. You've written some emails to us that have just been like mind blowing and open doors and opened eyes and opened ears to go, wow. So you have a lot to share. And so I would just sort of go, you know what? The hill may be a little steeper, but I would still go for it because I think you've got a lot that you can put out there that would really go boom. So, you know,
Seriously, I thought you were having the Super Bowl to celebrate our 3 birthdays. You mean it is not?
well, yeah, the NFL called and went, hold on, you three are having a birthday. Let's throw a big game on that day.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
We get special commercials just for the birthdays.
that's when I pee. So, yeah, I mean,
I watch for the commercials
I know.
and the halftime show. Oh, Sheila, it's okay. As much as I'm going to miss your next live, I'm not going to at the same time. My son is finally coming back from deployment.
Duh.
Boom.
You know,
Very good.
Family trumps everything. That is all important.
Chris Rock once said, if Ricky Martin doesn't get a new song, he'll be living La Vida Broca. Oh, what will this dance be then? Living La Vida Broca.
I'm not going there.
Okay. Oh, Laura. Hola, you guys look great. I love ChatGPT for trip planning. You know, it's got a lot of great. I mean, here's a perfect example. An Yvette wanted to know basically the best travel route that we were going to have to take to get to where we were going to for that other Thanksgiving dinner. So she basically asked ChatGPT to explain the best route. Like, do we take a taxi from here to here? You know, where should we take our taxi to? Where should we buy our bus tickets from? Things like that. So it laid it all out. And, you know, we found out there were other bus stations we could have gone to, probably, maybe closer to where we were. But she used it in that way.
Well, and this was the fewest number of stops instead of, okay, we go here, then we have to change a bus to get up to that other one, you know. And so when you look at it from that perspective, you're suddenly going, hold on, if we just grab a cab or an Uber, which that was a story unto itself, because it's the Uber driver kept basically ignoring us because it would go from I'll be there in 8 minutes to 13 minutes.
Like the Uber driver
to 10 minutes
she accepted
to 20 minutes to, I mean, it was going up and down and up and down. Like, oh, I'm picking up people on the way over and so finally we got fortunate enough that a taxi was dropping somebody off at the bus station, and we were like, we want to go here. And he was like, jump in.
Yeah, like the Uber driver accepted the fare, but then the times kept changing. A 20-minute wait was going to end up being in an hour. I mean, we had been there for about an hour.
Yeah.
Still waiting for this Uber driver to show up, and the time kept changing. It's like, look, if you don't want to come pick us up, just cancel the fare. That's pretty much what they do in Queretaro when they didn't want to take us to Zakia. They would just cancel the fare. So, yeah, we ended up getting a taxi for that. Both times we ended up with a taxi, and it worked out better. So I don't like or use AI and ChatGPT. I don't like that it knows a lot about you. Girl, Girl, if this is Lisa, you ain't lying. It knows a lot. It knows a lot. But you know what? So does this phone.
Oh God.
So does Google. So does Facebook. They all know a lot about you. It's ridiculous how much they know.
You know, I mean, when we would have a conversation in the car, and then as soon as about, you know, oh, maybe we ought to look at purchasing this, or wouldn't this be nice for the kitchen, whatever. And then all of a sudden we get back home, and what do we start seeing ads for? And it's not like we Googled it. We just had a conversation about it. And it was like, all right, there's somebody else now in the car that is listening to you.
How about the fact that I can be on LinkedIn or something else, and Facebook starts showing me Facebook pages for people that I work with? I don't necessarily want to be friends with people that I work with on Facebook. I'm just saying, but they show me. Here's the page.
And Francisco, our gardener.
Look, I don't even have his phone number. I don't think. We have our gardener here. The lady who
Pablita that runs the cleaning people.
No.
Oh.
Sorry, Letty in Oaxaca.
In Oaxaca.
I'm seeing their Facebook pages. Here's someone you may know.
How do you know that?
How do you know that I know them? How did that happen? Anyway, sometimes it might be through WhatsApp. With Letty, I did have communication with her through WhatsApp. Yeah. And WhatsApp and Facebook are the same company, because it's all Meta. But still, the whole point is they know everything about you. There is no secret. You could be walking down the street and facial recognition is checking you out. Yeah, and it is a little scary and a little creepy.
It's not a little. It's very scary and creepy. I mean, it's like, oh
my. Have you heard about the company 2Y? I saw a commercial for it the other day, and you can make a digital twin, and people can interact with it even after you're dead. I do not want to do that. No, Sheila, I haven't. And
no,
no.
I mean, let's see. Dad died 10 years ago, and every once in a while, I'll get a text message because somebody has spoofed his, phone number. And I still have his phone number in my phone because, well, I'm sorry, just because he died, I'm, not taking his number out of my phone. And every once in a while, it'll pop up and go. And even if I had taken him out, I would have gotten a text message from it. And it's like, that's just strange, that whole thing happens. And if I want to listen to my dad, it's real easy. I mean, to this day, I still have conversations with him every once in a while, and it's a one-sided conversation, but I can hear his responses right up here, because one thing I'll give the man credit for was he was consistent, and so, if I want to hear Dad, it's real simple. Just close my eyes and listen, and he's right there. So
very good.
Yeah.
Very good. But this is good here too. I freaked out when Facebook showed me someone I used to date that it did not end well, or a boss that you can't stand. Oh yeah. That idiot boss that I don't have anymore? I still see his Facebook. People that you may know. No. I finally said, don't show this to me again. It's like, I don't want to see his face.
if they wanted to show me somebody I had a relationship that isn't still a relationship, there's a reason it's not still a relationship.
Well, sometimes
I'm talking about not friends, relationships.
Sometimes relationships end amicably, not always.
Yeah, well.
Open the door, Hal. Went to school in Newton, PA, and I too went to school in Newton. Did anyone ever see that movie, Not High? Me. I did see it. It took a very long time for me to realize what the ending was about because it kind of jumped weird. I did read or heard, I can't remember if it was a podcast, a documentary. I want to say I read it, but apparently, just the one scene where one of the apes throws the bone up into the air spinning, and then it turns into the satellite or space station that is spinning in space. Kubrick was so obsessed with that one scene that he took like forever and a gazillion different takes to get it just right.
Could he be talking about the evolution of man going from Homo sapien to now
No,
throwing
no,
things?
no, no,
I'm just
no. It was just that one scene. He wanted that scene just right. Yes, it is about the evolution of man. Every time they show the monolith, it's an evolution of man. It was the last scene that I didn't quite get, but I get it now. Star Child. It was just a weird ending. Do you pay for a subscription on ChatGPT? Um, you don't have to, but you get limited. What was that? You get limited usage of it. I can't remember now because I didn't have a subscription for the longest time. I didn't. Um, and then I was like, oh crap. I was trying to generate, I know what it was. I was trying to generate pictures to use as a sticker for the music festival that I go to. A lot of us do a sticker exchange, and it's a lot of fun. Each of us comes up with our own stickers, and we hand them out and trade them with other people. And I was trying to generate a really cool sticker, and I was running out of generations or something stupid like that. But I have it now. I'll tell you what I do like Chat GPT for a lot. When I write emails to people, I started using this when I had to start communicating more directly with clients. I found that if you say what you want to say, and then you put on, in Chat GPT, please cr- create this email and make it more professional and empathetic. It would just pop out my email in the most amazing way and make it a lot more easier to digest,
cleaner.
cleaner. And I like the professional and empathetic. And it did a great job. So
but it doesn't know how to get mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started using it for that when I had to email clients. And then I decided, hey, I'm going to use it to write a professional but angry email to these two idiots that were the boss of my last boss. And it doesn't know how to get angry. It just doesn't. It just kept trying to smooth it over and make it so nice, and it was still professional. But I was like, I want to scorch the earth. That's what I was putting. Scorch the earth with this email, and it still couldn't get it right. So I used a couple lines from it to summarize, but I basically left my email the way it was. But I do find it really good to help restructure emails. I also found it helpful to restructure my resume. Um, the resume formats that are being used right now, which are nothing more than AI scanning your resume and pulling out target words and stuff like that, um, it's a little hard for me to swallow. So I basically asked ChatGPT to put my resume in that format, and that worked out well.
Well, and it also works very well when she's trying to put together the description of a video, and she gives it the key points, and it comes up with some pretty good language to best describe a video.
That's true. I mean, one of the things I will ask is for it to provide a 200-word description that ranks high with high ranking SEO keywords,
Unless it's a museum video.
things like that. And it does a pretty nice job with video summaries at times. Um, I try not to rely on it too much, particularly whenever we're doing voice work with our video, because then it just starts to look, then it sounds like you're just reading a script and it doesn't sound natural.
Well, and that's not who we are, and we screw that up every time. We try and do that anyway. That's just, I mean,
so we just
everything that you see from us on a video, we never write anything down. I mean, that's just
we just talk.
We
try, and if we have to have dates or have to have names, sometimes I'll go in and I'll look for the correct pronunciation for something. Like whenever I'm not even going to be able to do it now because I can't remember
when
anymore.
You're trying to talk about Popo.
When I was talking about the 3 mountains around Puebla, and they were a mouthful.
Yes.
And I did practice them, but I couldn't say them today. So,
it's one of those where, we've tried to do it from scripts a couple of times and
they sound clunky.
Yeah, they don't flow. And
I would even ask my daughter to listen, and she goes, "It sounds like you're reading from a script." Damn it.
Yeah, it's just
we're terrible at it.
We don't do it well. So one of the things that we do is when we let it, it's whatever comes to the brain at the time. It's God, I can't remember her name now. She laughs. She has to leave a comment every time about, at the end when I make, and that I literally look over and it's whatever jumps in the brain. God, that could be scary,
And over there,
in the jungle gym, on the TV. I mean, it's just
videos that you might want to watch. Too funny. Anyway, as much as I would love to be able to communicate with my family members after they've passed, I really don't think that'd be a good for my mental health to be conversing with their digital twin. I'm with you on that, Sheila. I don't want to do it. I did do something once. I have a I think it's MyHeritage account. I've got multiple genealogy accounts too.
Oh yeah.
I think it was MyHeritage that can take a photo at the time that was their big thing, and they can animate it. And so I started doing it. Now, to some degree, it was cool. It was cool to see a grandparent that I had never met in person moving around.
I mean, you did the one of my great grandfather Kearns.
Yep.
And sent it to my mom, and Gina was like, "Do I send it? Do I not?
Because is it going to creep her out?"
And my mom was like, "Oh wow,
yeah,
that's and it's just subtle movement and blinking of eyes and things like that.
It's a smile.
Yeah, and it's one of those that you just sort of go, wow. And for people that you never met. I mean, yes, I did meet my great grandfather. He was alive when I was born, but I was itty bitty, and so I have no mental, recall of him being alive, and to see him, and especially to see him, in an age that was, oh God, much younger than I am now. He was probably in his late 20s, early 30s with the picture she found and did this to. It's sort of a whoa.
It was fun to do, but you know what? At that time, that was like early clunky kind of. Now, what they can do with a photo to animate it is just absolutely amazing. And it's going to keep going that way to the point where you can do your digital twin. I don't think I want.
No, thank you. I
don't think I want to do that. I don't think the world wants another one of me anyway.
I do. If you happen to go somewhere, then at least I have you around. But
I see. Okay.
Not that I plan on having you go somewhere, but
I can't do that, Mark. Sorry, I can't do that.
I'm not going to comment on that. I'm sitting here in that just painted a picture, and I'm just like, no, we're not going down that road.
You could do that. Even though I would love to see my mama and talk to her, I would know that AI is not her, so I wouldn't use it because it would be a mind. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Arlene.
No, I get that totally because I mean it'd be the same thing.
Okay, it would be okay to me to do it if I could do it with someone that I never knew.
Okay, that
My great grandfather from Italy. Why not?
well,
The guy died in 1950. I would have never met him.
no, I get that, but here's the problem. How much validity could you put into what you're being told? And that's the
Here's where that would work.
Mm.
Here's where that would work. See, because Ancestry is getting smarter as well. And they're doing things with AI as well. And they've added features through the years where they can tell someone's story. They didn't used to have this feature. And now they've got a tab where you can see that person's life story, they're calling it. It's only a matter of time where they will enhance that story. If you've got a photograph of your ancestor and you've got their story, then you're going to get all that. I came over on the ship called blah blah blah.
And here's the here's the problem with that. The problem with that is that you're not then talking to the elders in your family about what they know.
No, I know.
And that's and so what does it further do? It further silos people, and that's not good because if you're really interested in your family, I mean, one of the things that's always been important to me and I've always enjoyed is when I had more elders around, which is now I'm suddenly becoming one of the elders. It is listening to their stories, and that's how you learn where you came from. Because the old family lore, it was passed down from generation to generation, and some of it wasn't accurate. I mean, you've encountered that in your genealogy hunts, and suddenly found out that, oh, I got told this, and it was all a pack of bull.
Right.
But it's you interact with people, and that's the biggest issue I find that, especially in the U.S., is going on, is the fact that less interaction between people, and that's not good.
No, it's true. But it reminds me of Star Trek Next Generation and the holodecks.
Okay, whatever that is.
See, he wouldn't know. So if you guys watch Next Gen, it's kind of like it would be like the holodeck. Like you would have this person in the past, someone you've never met who gets recreated before your eyes. And whether it's really accurate or not, what is that noise?
I don't know.
We typically don't have noise like that this late at night. That's kind of weird. Anyway, it would be like that. Bringing back somebody from the past that you've never met and just getting
I hope you guys can't hear that.
a flavor of whatever the person was.
I get that, but how do you know the flavor's accurate?
Who says it has to be? It's just for entertainment.
Okay. But then the question becomes, is that now what you tell your children and your grandchildren because you had this conversation with this pretend being about what their great grandfather or great 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 grandfather was like, and suddenly you're sitting there going,
okay, so only a fool
how many of those are out there?
Ignores the limitations and takes everything they see at face value. It has a disclaimer. And there is a disclaimer.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you sit there and go, yeah.
I'm going to try this again. It's been a long time. Popocatépetl.
You did pretty good.
Popocatépetl. Anyway.
See if you drank more than Popocatépetl.
Popocatépetl.
See?
I don't know. It took me a long time to say it right, and it's been a while since I said it, so that may not be right. And I've seen that photo animation, and that gets creepy. It does. It does. And at the time when it was a new thing, it was a little awkward because what would happen would be like parts of the photo would stretch to fit the movement of the face
Well,
because it maps the face, but it's not mapping anything else around the face. So if the face would turn a little bit, something would stretch over here. And yeah, so but now it's the AI is so much better in other apps even that you can actually take a photograph, a single still photograph, and turn it into a
yeah,
dimensional moving
yeah.
person.
That part I have a problem with. I'm gonna start talking to great grandparents.
That's right. It was an AI person coming to see us. It was the Terminator.
And what Tom just put up there, dog. What's interesting is, I get up in the morning and I go into the kitchen, look out the window. There's a couple of people that walk the dogs around here.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of dogs around here. I mean, we're talking they're walking 10 or 12 dogs. But we don't hear dogs.
No.
I mean, unlike any place I think we've been in Mexico, we don't hear dogs. Ever.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I mean,
it's an anomaly. Like that's it. What a fool believes. You got that right, Tom. So you can have some of these cool things. But if you look at this AI video of a great grandfather, and you turn around and tell your kids, "Oh, well, I had this conversation with the AI version of your great grandfather, and he said blah 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 blah."
No. The part I'm getting at though is that there are people that will forget to tell them that they were talking to an AI generation. They will just go, "Your great grandfather was like this," and they will take that as gospel.
Yes, they will.
And that's where it starts to get, and it's a testament to the fact that there's a lot of fools out there that would buy into this and go, "Well, AI said that," because there's a lot of people that buy into everything on the internet is
well,
I'm a French underwear model. I mean.
And AI told me that those aqueducts under Puebla were never used to carry water anywhere.
Thank you.
So that wasn't right. That wasn't right. We were just there. We knew that they had water in them at some point. So you can't always trust it. Are y'all going to teach a breakout learning seminar at Mextranjero?
Yes.
I guess we are. I don't know exactly what we're focusing on. I think we're still trying to narrow that down.
I think that one of the things I know, because when I fill out the paperwork, I told KJ, I said, "Look, whatever you want us to do, we're open to a lot of different things. But, if there were two things that we probably know fairly well, more than the other channels that are there, is traveling Mexico by car. We know that.
That's true. We've done lots of miles.
We put a ton of miles, and the differences in the different parts of Mexico, as far as living, because we have now lived, for at least a month in 16, 17 different cities.
And how many states?
Oh my God.
We'd have to think about that.
I'd have to think about that.
Probably at least 12 states.
For over a month, at least 12.
Yeah. Which is only almost a third.
Yeah, it is a third.
We haven't really done the whole country, and we never intended to. So
no, and so those are the two that we were. I sort of went, look, if somebody wants and is interested in that, I mean, do you guys have any recommendations as to what you think that? I'm sorry, I got a bug that's flying around here. We're qualified that's a dangerous statement to talk about. I mean, because the whole thing is we're here to do this for y'all. So if there's something that you sit there and go, I'd love to hear them talk about this, which, let's be for real. Every 2 weeks, you guys bring up a topic or something, and down the rabbit hole we go. So
I mean, the only other thing I could think of is working remotely. Could be something.
well, I mean,
But
there's
a lot of people that do that.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to think of things that would be unique to what the other channels, to what we have experienced that not all of them have.
True.
And most of them, have not driven the melted road.
The melted road.
I mean,
the
twice.
The dirt exits. The pothole. Oh my God. The craters on the moon.
Oh my God.
That road was pretty bad.
Or let's avoid the washouts, where the mudslides.
Oh, the mudslides in Oaxaca.
And that's right. We've driven by the migrants walking. I mean,
that's true.
We have seen a lot of different things when it comes to traveling Mexico because we have driven it. And I can tell you right now, neither one of us looks forward to those drives.
Not anymore.
No.
We've seen enough of Mexico that we know there's some beautiful things to see and some interesting landscapes. We've seen enough. As far as being on the road, we've seen enough.
Well, not only that, it's also it puts a hell of a stressor on the relationship especially when we were loading the car, from stem to stern. When it was getting full, we'd get up in the morning, we'd pack the whole car, then we'd do an 8-hour drive, and then we'd have to unpack. And it was stress. I mean, it was a lot of stress. We had no idea.
But even now that we're not packing the car as much, there's still a little bit of the stress.
Mm-hmm.
Because
we're going someplace we've never been.
Yeah. And we don't know the roads. We don't know the history of what might be happening on those roads. Even when they were having the blockades, the farmers were having their blockades, it was really hard for us to know what roads should we avoid.
And back to the computer. Okay. This brings us full circle. No, because we're relying on GPS. And so I had programmed in the route to take us the north route that we came in on. And so plug it in, we stop, we get gas. We turn the car off. We turn the car back on, and I think GPS rerouted us, and we went the southern route, which was the route I did not want to take because A, it went into Michoacan, and B, it took us within 10 kilometers of the epicenter of that entire event. And we're passing these harvesters and big farm equipment sitting on the side of the road, and we're going, holy crap.
Yeah, they were pretty big.
And
I could see how
they blocked the whole road.
But they weren't. They were on a side because they weren't doing the blockade that day. That was like 11th hour decision, and they finally reached an agreement. So that day, they weren't doing the blockades. But those blockades, they were blocking railroad lines and major highways. And we were trying to figure out how we were going to get home without running into one of those. So that was interesting. And yes, Susie, they do buy into it. I don't know. To me, it's common sense, logic, being realistic. Like, it's fun for what it is. again, entertainment purposes, but to
Make
total-
life decisions based
yeah,
on it?
yeah, no.
No.
Your channel is a lot more no BS than other channels. No rose tinted glasses, just straightforward, blunt information. I need to binge the episodes I've missed. We try, we try to be no BS. Um, there's no benefit to it. The people who do the BS are the people who are doing it for clicks. They just want the clicks, and I get it. It makes them more popular. They may make potentially more money on YouTube and whatnot. Um, we have to be true to ourselves.
Well, I think, honest to God, part of that is when we started the channel, we had a great conversation, which was supposed to be aired, but it didn't get aired because of a glitch with Ernie Baca. And, we love Ernie. And you think we're no BS. I mean, Ernie is a lot blunter than we are. And yeah, we can be blunt, but it's one of those, we told you guys from the very beginning, we're going to tell it to you the way it happens to us, because that's, you can ask our daughters, that's the way we do it. We've, it's in your face. It's going to be, you may not like it, but you're going to hear it,
Unless of course your daughter has pushed you to your wits end and you're about to have a come to Jesus moment with her. In which case, everybody stay clear of the room because I have just been unleashed.
Run for the fucking hills. That's what I do when I see that this is about to explode. Unless I'm the brunt of it. If I'm the brunt of it, well, then I gotta stay and take it. But if I'm just gonna be a bystander, I can view this from 1,000 yards, and I can still get the full gist of it just as easy. So
yeah, I can instill fear.
No shit.
I have the power to instill fear in someone. It's true.
Nah.
Oh gosh. And another thing with driving with Mark and Gina, if you leave your sunglasses in their car, you will still get them back a year or more later. No worries.
And we only wear them a couple of times. Yeah.
And oh my gosh, let's see. And yes, the roads are rough. In some places, they are very rough. Yep.
I mean, I can tell you right now, the best roads on a whole in in Mexico were the Yucatan Peninsula. As far as the carreteras were concerned, they were beautiful. Getting to it and driving over the melted road, that was not so beautiful. And that's the only way you can get there. Is to drive that road. And we drove it going over and we drove it going back. And I can tell you this, I ain't never driving it again.
Yeah.
We go if we go back to, Riviera Maya for anything, our butts will be on a plane because that road is not pretty.
Or a bus. The bus was actually really comfortable. I'm just saying. We had a lot of leg room.
Oh God, yeah.
The first ride out, we were in an inside seat, a few rows back, 11, out seat 11 and 12, and
which means it's 5 rows back.
We had enough leg room, but it was a little tight getting the leg thing out.
Yeah, I mean,
lay your legs on.
It's an interesting little thing that it's basically a prop for your calves. I mean, just imagine dropping something down 45 degrees and you just sort of and I'm doing this like you people can see it. You pop your calves up on it and it elevates them and it's comfortable. It's all get out. And they go way back. I mean, when you all recline, they recline.
You could practically lay down. But here's the weird thing. You've got a video screen on the seat in front of you, on the back of that seat. If they recline, do you still see the screen? I don't recline that much, but he got leaned back pretty.
Oh, I got leaned back and
Yeah.
got into my book on my Kindle and was like,
Yeah, I mean
I'm good.
you could easily sleep.
You know, the
Now,
only thing I needed, we didn't take them. And if anybody's traveling on a bus trip in Mexico, take the horseshoe neck pillows.
yeah,
You will definitely thank us
some
because
neck pillows or one of those little round bolster pillows, just something to put
something,
behind your
yeah,
head.
just to give you just a little bit of that support. That's
When we came back to Querétaro, we were in the front row, and my goodness, is there space? There was so much space in
you
the front
cannot
row.
reach. I mean, it's like me doing this. I can't reach the screen. No, you you
There
ain't
was
getting there.
so much space in that front row that if you didn't have your seatbelt on and he hit the brakes a little too hard, you're going to slide out of your seat. That is how much space there was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and it's needed because the overhead compartments are unlike a plane. They're a lot smaller. When we were back further in the bus, when we went down, we had plenty of room to I could put my computer bag up there. When we were in the front row, it's tapered down to match the start of the slope of the bus, and I couldn't get my computer bag in there. So
Yes. And let's not forget to set up a video file shared account for us to use. I could drop my drone footage over the big event and get all the shots from all angles. Then everyone could get that file and use.
yes,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
you know, and these and those are the types of things, Papa, that we're going to talk about. You know, Thursday night, Friday, you know, and all those types of things. So, and I hope we didn't upset anybody, not you guys. When I filled out the thing, it was like I omitted anybody because they asked us who do we want to do collabs with. I went, well, I'm not going to include anybody we've already done collaborations with.
So what did you do?
Well, I mean,
Did you list people?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
See, I'm totally out of the loop,
no,
guys. I'm busy.
I mean, I
That's for
listed,
him.
you know, would we like to do a collab with
You don't,
Almost Retired
I mean, you don't
in
have
Mexico?
to name everybody,
Well,
but just yeah,
you know, Papaw. We haven't done a collab with Papaw, so
I get it.
you know,
And Ernie Domino Pizza Baca,
that's him.
who will not be there because he's going to be at a wedding.
Maybe
What do you mean maybe?
they may be going to the wedding. They may not be going to the wedding. It all sort of depends. No,
That changed?
it's not a maybe about whether the wedding is going to occur, and it's not a maybe as to whether he may be at the event. He will not be at the event. The maybe is because of what's going on with his mother-in-law and the stroke and everything else.
Okay,
They may not
so-
be able to get out of San Miguel to even go to the wedding.
So bottom line, they're not going to be at the event.
They will not be at
Doesn't
the
matter.
event. No.
I don't know if I will ever be anywhere as beautiful as the Yucatan. I could handle the humidity. I would move down to Campeche.
I wish we could say that we had experienced Campeche. The 24 hours we were in Campeche was
It was hot because we spent the day walking, looking for.
oh god,
It was
yeah.
hot. It was December. It was after Christmas.
It was
after
January.
New Year. Yeah, so it was January.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
like
January.
January 2nd or something like that. January 3rd. It was hot. Really hot.
And we had driven all the way across from Riviera Maya to Campeche, spent 48 hours in Campeche, and then went
Yeah,
Okay.
back to Riviera Maya. That's a story that you can see in our old videos. We could yes, we could see because the TV you can move it. Oh, good. Okay. So you can move the video for the on the
yeah.
bus.
No, I get that.
Okay, so when someone reclines, you can move the TV. I mean, I didn't even try because I wasn't watching TV, but then it occurred to me because those seats recline quite a bit. And I'm like, well, what about that TV? Do you guys realize how many pizzas Ernie is going to have to order from Extranjero? I am buying stock in Domino's.
Well, if let's see, how many channels do we have there last year? 7, I think.
6.
I think it was 7. Us,
Karencita.
Ernie,
Karencita.
Karencita,
Besses.
Truly Remarkable Life, 2 Travelers in Mexico,
6. 6.
Ruby and Shane.
They didn't have a channel yet.
Oh, okay.
They
No.
didn't have a channel yet, so technically it was 6. But so we took Primera Plus, and I'm looking at ETN for possibly Steve Hackett. I'm looking to see. It depends. It depends on the route, the bus station, and
Well, we will
the cost.
We will be going to Observatorio, because Observatorio is the closest bus station to where we're going to be.
How do you know where we're going to be?
Because you told me the neighborhood.
I think it's Condesa.
Like I said, you told me.
I think it's a Auditorio Bebe.
And close to Condesa and Roma. And that's the closest one is Observatorio. And it's Primera Plus is 500 pesos. So each way.
Okay. All right. Mexico should have those $7 sleeper buses like they have in Indonesia, I believe is the country. Literally have chase loungers with reading lights, charging stations you have to take. Oh, well, I mean, these are like that.
Yeah, I mean,
you can recline that much.
Yes, you could. I could easily, if I'd had a neck pillow, yeah, I may have been dropping the Kindle if it hadn't been, if I'd have had that. But was charged in, plugging the whole time, and charging the whole time, and so, and the reading lights were up there right next to the cold air that was coming down. And it was like, I don't need the cold air. Take a jacket.
Let's see. I spent a month in Campeche in a teeny tiny little town with no hot water. Nothing like getting up early in the morning to tend to cattle and taking a cold shower. We had cold showers in Valladolid. Pretty much.
Not pretty much.
Yeah.
They were cold showers.
Yeah. Yeah, no hot water.
That was like, okay.
Let's see. Your shoes off prior to boarding. Stick them in a bag. Cool, huh? Oh, that must be the sleeper bus. Yeah, no, we left our shoes on for this one. I did take a nap, though.
I think everybody took a nap on the way home because God knows we were
tired.
I mean,
we were up late and we had good food, good time, good drink.
And then after that, we purposely got there early because there's a Tokes right next door in the bus station. So it was like, oh, we're going to get some Tokes, have some good meal.
Tokes has really good breakfasts, and they probably have other good foods too. If you're looking for a chain restaurant in Mexico, a chain restaurant that you'll see everywhere, I would recommend Tokes over Veeps any day of the week.
I would agree.
Yeah. And they're affordable, I think.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, they're the same price as Vips, no matter, a couple pesos here or there. But food wise, yeah, I would say that Tokes is the better of the two.
Yum.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So the video I'm working on next is going to be, of course, boring. The museums, and then the one after that's going to be our cost of living, and then the one after that will be the Airbnb for Ajijic. And after the Airbnb for Ajijic, I'm jumping straight into the full video on Bruno's. Because when we ate at Bruno's, we told them it takes about 6 weeks to get the video out.
And yeah.
And we want to kind of be timely.
Yeah, I think we were at about, if my memory serves me right, from the last time that our last live 2 weeks ago when we put that out there, that anybody wants to come to to Bruno's with us is welcome to come with us that Friday night at the meet and greet. And I think I had 15 people was where it was at, and still got we'll have the one live coming up in Manzanillo, and after that, then I'm gonna have to give them the reservation.
Oh yeah, because they're going to need our reservation information.
Right. So,
yeah, true that.
You know, and oh my God, yeah.
Boy, I could sure go for a fillet, a Bruno's fillet. Oh,
yeah, but I think the night we're going there, it's going to be.
I know it's going to be the
prime rib night.
Prime rib night is one standard menu.
Everybody gets the same.
Everybody gets the same thing. You all get a salad. I think you got a choice of 2 salads. We got Caesar salads,
and it was good.
It was very good. And so you get a salad. You get the main meal, which is going to be the prime rib, potatoes, and the corn. You have your choice of drink, of course. What was dessert? I think, did they have a dessert menu that night?
Well, I think they had the normal desserts, but
we didn't have any room.
We didn't have any. I mean,
no.
It's a big hunk of prime rib that comes.
Yes,
I mean, it's a good 1.5 to 2 inches thick, and
that's my only thing is, I know prime rib's like the big woo 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 woo, right? But when they make their fillet, the seasoning that they grill all around the outside of that fillet is just so delicious.
No, they put a very good pepper and garlic and seasoning rub on the outside of it.
And your menu has options. You can get an appetizer. You could get something else. You've got a menu, an actual menu that you can order from. So you've got you can swap some things out. I got shrimp skewers one night, which they weren't bad, but I prefer their beef and things like that. When you have the prime rib menu, it is one. And we're back. Whatever happened there? When you get the prime rib menu, you get one menu. Everybody gets basically the same thing. And what I don't like about that is, for me, the prime rib has the au jus ladled over top of it. And no, so then it starts tasting like beef stew or something, soup. I don't want that.
It was pretty good.
It was good. I just prefer the
I get
sear,
that. Yeah.
The sear all around my baseball-sized piece of fillet. Whereas prime rib is, you've got the little bit of sear just on the edge, and then they douse it with juice.
And they give you real horseradish.
And real horseradish.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It is good. I'm not saying it's not good. I just prefer filet. And you don't get that option on prime rib night.
No.
Everybody gets prime rib. Okay, so where am I at? We like Condessa. Well, I guess I'm going to find out. But I would be lying if I said I was not a little apprehensive about the neighborhood. Because Condessa is one of those neighborhoods
that seems to have quieted down recently, but that does not mean that in the next
right. I mean, Condessa
24 hours it doesn't explode again.
It's one of those neighborhoods that has the very high anti-gringo protesting going on and stuff like that. And I realize why they're protesting. I just don't want to be caught in the middle of it, that kind of thing. Especially if I'm only there to visit for a day or two. So I have a little apprehension, but I am looking forward to seeing the area. I'm trying to see. Oh, we love Tokes. It was so yummy, that omelet. I know. The omelet was amazing. Ham and cheese omelet, fresh. They put a couple pieces of French toast strips, little, not a whole French toast. It's like those, I don't know what to call them. French toast fingers. I don't know. A couple of those. And some fried potatoes, seasoned fried potatoes. Very tasty.
Au gratin.
What?
Potatoes that they serve. Those are au gratin.
They are?
Yeah, they're gratin potatoes.
They are?
Got a little bit of that cheese on it. Yep.
Oh, well, anyway, they were good.
Yep.
What's the route to Manzanillo? Years ago when I did it, it was from Southern Cal. Took about 46 hours.
Actually, basically from here, Celaya, Leon, Guadalajara, and then cut down.
We are going all the way up to Leon.
We don't have any choice. Got to get to Guadalajara. It's either going through Morelia over, because we got to get around the lake. And the only routes that have any
Okay.
carreteras are to the north of the lake. So
you're going to take, so that's northern route. And Morelia would have been southern route.
Yes.
Okay.
But either way, we still got to go north of the lake. So, we got to go to Guadalajara.
I agree with the cooking method of the prime rib. Don't pour au jus all over, and definitely real horseradish. Yeah. If they would put the jus in maybe a ramekin on the side, and then if I wanted to dip it, that would be cool. I just don't want my meat swimming in juice. That's all.
No, because I'm going to dip it in some horseradish there and go, yes, thank you.
That's my only drawback about the prime rib. And again, I really like to have that seasoned sear all around on my meat, and you don't get that with prime rib.
Well, it's too big of a piece of meat.
Yeah, it's just too big,
And that's just one of those things that we're going, but
carnivore.
Damn Skippy.
Oh, goodness.
Give me my meat. But, and one of the things is if you're going to be in Ajijic for the meet and greet and you want to go over there with us and everything else, it is, to the west side of the city.
I'm going to put that there.
And definitely go to the event page. And we are, could we walk it from our hotel? Yeah. Would we want to? No. That's with one of those. It's like, okay, it's a short drive. So.
Oh, to drive to Bruno's, you mean?
Drive to Bruno's.
Oh yeah. We're not walking to Bruno's.
Yeah, and I would not feel comfortable about walking on the side of that carretera to begin with. I mean, it's heavily traveled. It's not traveled at a high rate of speed because you can't get a high rate of speed because of the amount of traffic that's on that road. I mean, it's just.
It would be okay to walk the side of that. It would be fine. It's just it would be a long walk, and it would be dark, and you'd have headlight glare and all that other crap, and yeah, and no one wants to walk with headlights glaring in your face, and he's right. It's not fast traffic.
No, it's just a lot of traffic.
It's just a lot of traffic, but everybody's driving pretty slowly, and I don't think anyone would get hurt walking.
Well, no, other than the fact that coming home, it's in the dark and you couldn't see where you're stepping, and
that's true.
And
there's plenty
it's not like there's a sidewalk on the side of that carretera.
There's plenty of drivers around Ajijic to get a ride. I'm not really sure and if they use Uber there or not.
Yeah, and just to give you guys an idea as to how much work KJ and Craig have put into this, they actually have volunteer drivers being set up that are going to be going around picking up people to take them here and there and everything else. Oh, yes, that's
right.
I mean, it's like I said, I don't want to be the people following this up. I got a feeling I know who might be following it up, but I'm not going there until we know for sure. But
so since Tom's next comment was asking about El Gato coffee shop, yes, we did.
That's where we had the live with KJ and Craig was there.
It is at Estrellita's B&B.
Yep.
It was really pretty cute. Very, very, very cool space. Exactly what I would want to see in a coffee shop. Like, it has that coffee shop vibe. It is so very cool. And I got a mocha frappuccino to die for. So, so, so good. A lot of times you get a frappuccino, but those who don't know, frappuccino is basically iced coffee and crushed ice all ground up into like a smoothie, right? And their frappuccino was not weak. Very strong taste of coffee, not bitter, delicious, flavored just right. Really, really excellent, excellent frappuccino. And they had pastries. They had quiche and other things. We were there late, so a lot of their stuff had sold out because they make things daily. But I bought some of their quiche.
And
Very good.
one of the things that I will give Ahihique a lot of credit for is there were a lot of great places to get food.
Yeah, there was.
I mean, a lot of great places to get some food.
Yeah, I mean, just about everything we ate was excellent. I didn't have any complaints about anything that we ate.
No. I
No.
mean, we started out at Tony's Steakhouse, just because that happened to be at the bottom of the hill, basically, and it was like, okay, we did the drive over. We couldn't check in until a certain amount of time, so it was like, well, stuff's in the house. Let's go down and grab a, and you were like, I don't know, wherever you want to go. So we went to Tony's, and Tony's it set the bar pretty high for the rest, but everybody pretty much met it.
Yeah, it was good.
The Scandinavian panaderia.
Oh yeah, they actually make a pecan pie. I want to say though, it's not super sweet. Southern United States, Southern pecan pie tends to be very sweet.
It's like their tea.
It was not super sweet, and it was delicious. And what was the pie that we got? That you got that one night? A cheesecake, basically.
Cheesecake.
You got the cheesecake. It was really very good. So the Scandinavian bakery was a delight. So about El Gato Cafe shop, yeah, we went to El Gato Cafe. What do you mean, the real Amanda Turner's place? I'm not sure I understand that reference. And
I think she's a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know. And then La Flor de Cordoba was actually really, really good. I didn't go to the one in Chapala. We went to the one in Guadalajara that was very close to Glorieta de Minerva.
Yep.
And
then we saw them all over the place.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were a chain.
I mean,
but
it
was good.
We went down for the parade, and it was like, oh, there's another one.
Yeah, for the Katrina.
There's another
Katrina's
one.
for Dia de Muertos.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I didn't tell you this because I forgot all about it. So when we were in Centro in Guadalajara, we went to the governor's palace.
Yes, we did.
They had protests about a week or two ago.
Well, they were lined up across the street. So
they were smashing the doors of the governor's palace. I actually saw a photograph of it.
Glad we weren't there for that.
I know, right? But anyway, Guadalajara was pretty cool, and we had some good food there. But the Flor de Cordoba was excellent coffee. How about the Tequis Market on Tuesdays? Where? Ajijic or Chapala? We didn't go to any markets.
No.
While we were there. And so Amanda Turner has a YouTube channel because she is a realtor in Ajijic and she owns El Gato. Okay. And so that's how KJ and Craig know her.
Wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. KJ and Craig set up that we could do our live from their small jardin in the back. And it was good. Good coffee. Lovely location.
The Coke was good.
Only he would go to a coffee house and not get coffee.
If I got coffee, you'd fall over dead.
I would.
I know.
But I mean, if you were to get a frap like I did, it's almost like having a milkshake.
Except it tastes like coffee.
It does. Very sweet coffee.
So why?
I don't know, honey.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. We are getting close to the end here. We got about 10 minutes, or we could wrap it up and say adios and buenas noches. plans or anything that you would like to bring?
I got nothing tonight because the Canes don't play till tomorrow night. The Tar Heels played last night. So
We could say that our internet went out again.
oh God.
Like, look, guys, Telmex, literally somebody that we know quite now well basically told us that Telmex is a piece of shit. And I'm starting to believe it.
All right, we got told before we moved here that people who work remotely here in Mexico always have two versions of internet. And so far we have dodged that bullet for the most part. There's only been a couple places where we carried the Starlink around where we were like, oh crap, we got to put that up and get something going. But for the most part, we've been very lucky.
Yeah.
Balvanera Telmex has not been the most reliable, to say the least.
First time we had an outage, we were out for 5 days. The second time we had an outage, we had just come back.
And we don't know how long
and we don't know how long it was out, but it took 4 days for them to come and repair it after it was reported. That was less than 3 weeks ago, and it was out again last night. So I reported it last night.
And it was a weird out. It just sort of was going. It shrunk down to almost nothing, but we still had a little.
Yeah,
we had a little, and then this morning it was like
the download speeds went down to less than 2 megs.
Yep.
But the upload speeds were still in the hundreds. So we now have Telmex, and we got a new residential Starlink, and we're kissing the RV Starlink goodbye. It's 3 years old. It's out of date. The new Starlink is a totally different type of dish.
Mm-hmm.
The router is better. It actually has Ethernet ports actually built into it. So we're not going to keep the old Starlink, and I've already discontinued it because when you have an RV Starlink, you have the ability to turn it off into standby, and that's what we've been doing off and on for 3 years. If we needed it, we turned it on. If we didn't, we left it off, and it's worked well. The downside of the RV dish was that you got deprioritized whenever you were in an area that was saturated.
You were at the bottom of the list.
So if you were in an area saturated with a lot of residential users, you got the least amount of service speeds. And so it sucked. You paid more for it. RV dish costs more than residential.
You pay the most and you get the least.
Exactly. Well, they must have got sick and tired of people who basically were just hauling their dish around and they weren't making money off of them. So they started charging a monthly standby mode.
It was like, what, $8-9?
Well, by the time they add taxes, about $10 a month for not using it.
Just to keep it in standby.
So, and if you didn't do this, they were going to discontinue your account. So I paid the standby for about 3 or 4 months. And then with all the issues we have with Telmex, I was like, I can't rely.
No, she we're paying the bills based on her ability to work.
Yeah.
And so she's got to be able to work. And
I mean, I actually used all my mobile data one time and had to start paying extra for mobile data just so I was able to work because we had no internet.
So, and the amazing thing is when that occurred, when the Telmex outage last one occurred, we went, all right, we're biting the bullet. We're going to get a redundancy.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Wait. One day of no Telmex, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna get a Starlink. Let's just do it."
It made we got told that before we even moved here, and we had dodged that bullet for so long that we sort of lulled ourselves into that false sense of security. Then it was like, all right, now I know why these people were saying that you need to have 2 methods of internet, because you can't rely when it goes down. We know that the service, and I know you're not watching, Humberto, but gracias por tu ayuda. Because Umberto was great and he gave us his own, his number and said, if you have a problem, call me. But we needed that redundancy. And so, she ordered it. And the next day we were up on Starlink before Telmex.
Right. Telmex went out. We ordered Starlink. Starlink shipped it, and we received it, set it up, and we're online with Telmex, with Starlink before Telmex ever even came back up.
Yep.
It took 4 days to get our service restored from Telmex, and in that 4 days, we ordered, received, and set up a brand new Starlink dish. That's pretty impressive. So then I canceled the one for the RV, and this one runs us about $70 a month. But, that's what Telmex also costs. And
so we're back to paying $140 a month for internet. But if it rains, hopefully we have Telmex.
Yeah.
If Telmex goes down, we have Starlink. We're shit out of luck if Telmex goes down at the same time we have a thunderstorm, because then we're just going to be sitting here going, okay.
Yeah, the satellite dishes don't work well when it rains really heavy. But the internet went down yesterday for Telmex, and I was able to come right downstairs, got over to the mesh system that we have, took the Ethernet out of the back of the Telmex, and plugged it into the Starlink, and we were back up.
Yeah. And that's that. Therein lies. That's another thing that's important here, because the walls are concrete.
Yeah, you need a mesh. And we got the Deco. I got the Deco mesh off of Amazon. It is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
I have the main one set over by the router.
Within inches of the router.
I have a second one in a totally different room in the dining room area,
which is feeding us now.
And now that literally goes through the freaking windows out here up into the office on the other side of our little courtyard.
The casita upstairs that she uses as her office, and
I'm great. It works great. So Deco mesh. Don't forget to get a mesh. You need that. And let's see. If you guys didn't go to Casa del Sol on Mina Javier and Hajique for happy hour, I will not take you during the meetup.
No, if not, I will.
I will take you. Wait.
If not, I will take you.
To the Casa del Sol. Wait. Isn't that where we're staying?
No, we're
at Danza del Sol.
Danza del Sol.
That's right. Okay, cool. And I was thinking of switching to Telmex. I guess I better rethink that. Well, here's the thing about Telmex. They want to do everything by phone. And unless your Spanish is fantastic, or you've got a Spanish-speaking friend that can handle this stuff for you, that's going to be problem number one.
Because guess what? You have graduated into speaking Spanish when you can handle it on the phone.
It's tough. It's tough in person. It's 10 times harder on a phone. Okay, so then they have a WhatsApp number, but they don't advertise it. But once you get it and you got it, that's great, except that it's being monitored by AI.
Yep. We're back to that again.
So we're back to that again. And so you report that you have an issue, and it says it's doing things, but it's not. And then it gives you a folio number, unless it forgets to give you the folio number. And that folio number is basically your ticket number. It tells you that somebody's going to come tomorrow. Well, sometimes nobody comes for 2 days. Or it may ask you if you want to set up an appointment to have a technician come out. And it'll give you a day, and it'll ask you for a time. And so you take that window, but then, nobody shows up. Things like that. I don't know if it's a matter of the message not getting to the technicians. Maybe the technicians don't even know. Who knows?
Which is what I think it is based on our conversation with Umberto.
Yeah. So the system's not good. And if you do get a hold of a tech who does give you their number, that's helpful. So this morning, when I saw that it was still out, only this time, even the mesh was out, I knew that it wasn't working at all. It had just degraded overnight to the point that it wasn't working at all. I switched over to Starlink and I sent a message to Umberto. I did not hear back from Umberto directly, but I suspect that he passed the message along because it got fixed today
without a technician showing up.
without a technician showing up.
So I think it was a area problem.
Possibly, but it did get fixed today, so I was happy with that. But I would have been stuck without internet again, trying to work again. I mean, and so here's the thing: if you have no internet service with Telmex for more than 3 days, and they do count it by the hour, it has to be longer than
36 hours.
Yes, no, that's not 3 days. 72,
72
hours. You have to be without service for longer than 72 hours. Then you can take your folio number that they gave you surrounding this incident and you can request to be refunded for the amount of days you had no service, but it has to be longer than 72 hours. Well, that's great, except the only way you can request that refund is through their phone system. So the first time when we had no internet for 5 days, I didn't get a refund. And this last time when we had no internet for 4 days, I didn't get a refund because I can't navigate that phone system. So it's like it's just lost money. And it happens frequently enough that I would never recommend Telmex. But if you've got two options in your area, it could be your backup.
But when Telmex works
it's
on the
great.
fiber optics,
it's great.
It's great. And so
I mean, I've got the 1,000 megas plan. I mean, we're getting speeds of 700 or 800 up and down both ways.
So it's one of those where, okay, you get the quality of the service. I mean, you get the quality of the product, but you got to put up with the shitty service. It's, but when it works, oh my God, it works, so.
So if your internet is out, where would you go if you needed to upload a video? Nowhere. I wouldn't know where to go.
Yeah, you would.
What?
We go to Annibet in Orleans.
Well, I mean, if you've got a friend.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But realistically speaking, I don't know of any co-working spaces close by, and I'm not going to go and hunt them down and drive 30 minutes to go find one either. There just won't be a video. That's all. But with redundancy and having two different service plans, which has been recommended to us before, we should be okay.
Yeah, the odds of us being without now are probably slim and none. I mean, we would have to have Telmex being out and have a thunderstorm at the same time. Then we ain't watching hockey.
Or the power's out.
Or
that
the power's
happens
out.
too. Now, we have a friend who has a small solar panel set up and a backup that can run his laptop and monitor, because when you got to work, right? And if the power goes out, he can still work. We're trying to figure that out. We've got solar panels. We don't know how they're hooked up to anything or if they're even working. There's an entire roof of solar panels above where I work. So we need to talk to Francisco and see if he knows anything. Or Paul. Speaking of which, we finally met our landlord. He kind of came by sort of unannounced because he was in the area. Poor guy, he actually does own another house in...
Which was the one he used to live in.
Balvanera. And it wasn't good for him. He had some people who leased off of him, and they had 5 dogs, and they did some major damage in that house. But he was in the area checking it out. He lives in Mexico City, so he had drove here to go check out this house and see what to do. And he swung by to meet us finally. And I was just like so out of it. I didn't even realize it was him at first. I felt kind of dumb. But he seemed like he was very agreeable to us staying longer.
Oh, no. not very agreeable. He quote unquote, you stay as long as you want to stay.
That's awesome.
You know, I mean that was quote unquote, because it was like, you know, okay, you guys take care of the property. You're making it your home. You're paying me on time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
apparently
you know,
he had bought this place initially for in-laws
and his parents.
and his parents. So when they were in the area, they had someplace in Balvanera close by to where they were living, and they don't really use it. And he's not living here anymore. He's now in Mexico City. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
He got to look at the work that's been done, you know, like on the beam
Yeah.
upstairs. So it was nice to meet him.
It was.
And he could see we were taking care of the place, especially after he had to deal with the nightmare that.
Well, he went from hell, and then he was like, "Oh, thank God."
Thank God.
Okay.
Yeah. When I moved down in February, should I bring down a router or a high quality router is easy to get there? The routers are supplied
Yeah.
basically by the internet company. You could bring one if you think.
The mesh is more important.
Yeah, the mesh. Because
the
mesh can actually improve the router signal.
That's the key there, Jesse, is the mesh, because with the walls being cement, even here with us having a mesh, if you know you take your phone and you stroll into one of the restrooms, you know, you now got 4 walls of concrete between you and the mesh. It's tough. But if we were trying to do that without the mesh, you would get nothing, you know, because that wouldn't happen.
Arlene, yay, awesome. We'll have you closed for a long time then. Yeah, probably. You know, there's still this one problem, Arlene. Where am I going to put my stereo and my vinyl records? This particular property, as much as I love it, it is not conducive for this sort of thing.
No, glass walls, you know, I mean, we love the glass, but they also eat up a lot of space that could be used for a lot of different things. But
yeah, we'll worry about that another time.
Details.
Okay, that is it for our live tonight. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us for a while. I almost got this. Oh, well, it is. It's empty. There's one swallow left in it.
Oh, I got more than a swallow, but that's all right.
I think we're going to head on in and call it a night and get some sleep. And I'm going to try to kick out some videos tomorrow. Nighty night in the TV room. Yeah, I know, but there really isn't. There's not enough space in that TV room.
There's another problem.
You don't realize how many cases of vinyl I have.
There's another problem.
What's that?
She likes to listen to her music. TV room would be the wrong place if it's game time.
True that.
You know, and it's
True
like
that.
All right.
I mean, I could potentially put them up in the casita, but there's still not enough room up there even for that.
No.
So, you know, and you can't move these beds around because the beds are actually cement platforms.
Yeah, they're
you don't move them. You can't move them. So
you work around the beds. You don't move the beds.
Yep. All right, that's it. We're calling it a night. Thanks again, guys. We really enjoy having you on here and just chatting up a storm.
Yep.
And we will be back again in 2 weeks
from
in
Manzanillo.
Oh, that drive.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to going. So
really,
yeah, I am. Not the drive. I'm not looking forward to the drive. No, if we could just go like that and be there, I'd be.
Well, if we could do that, we'd hit all 30 cities in Mexico.
Let's start working on it. Let's start working on it. All right. Love you guys. We will see